Milwaukee now heads to St. Louis for 5 games over the next 4 days. There is a doubleheader tomorrow. A rain-out makeup from May, although there is rain again in the forecast. Coming up tonight, Shane Drowan pitches against Dustin May. Game time is at 6:45. And in the World Cup, Flo Balogun had his red card rescinded. He will play tonight for Team USA against Belgium. The Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake now! Everybody wake!
With the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you, you need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with a number of cameras. Take the cameras off the field and there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on one. Ready, Biller, for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go corner get. You got to cut and crack. Now cut and crack. Red, right, 18, Bob on one. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
We're going to tackle what we got to do. All right? That's all the board got to do. Let's go out and kick the tape. All right? Hey, yo. 1, 2, 3.
Keep doing what you're doing. Sit our guys after and make the play.
Be right, all the way outside. Wide, left, fake, 396 bag, D hand, C puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh my God, this man's been out all night.
and Armen Sarian.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
Oh, baby, back at it after a glorious holiday weekend. How's everybody doing? Welcome, 5 o'clock clubbers, to the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin, 920 Milwaukee, 1070 Madison, everywhere on the iHeart app, streaming live, Facebook, X, and YouTube. I'm Drew Olson. Armen Sarian's behind the glass, and we welcome back from vacation Mr. Bill Schmid, rested and ready, relaxed, and raring to go. Hello, Billy.
Boys, I want to let everybody know we're back up. Excited to be back, excited to be woke, and also excited to have once again that 4 o'clock buzzer let you know that it's time to get rolling and it's time to huddle up. So that was it was a very, very needed rejuvenation. There'll be probably some more coming up before we hit the before we hit Rainishke Field, Drew. But hey, man, it's summertime in America. We got the World Cup rolling through. There was a lot of round ball that was being played. It was a good time to take a couple of days off.
Absolutely, and you did disappear, not just to Summerfest like Armen and I did, but you did disappear, left the state, went to your favorite place in the desert. How was it?
It was good. It was well, and that was where more of the World Cup fever I think picked up and hit me even more. Because man, like while the Egypt played Australia a couple of days ago. Was that was that one of the round of 32? The amount of people watching the games on their phone, wandering down the strip in Las Vegas, as you dipped in between any spot in every television with sound was on the games. It was a cool atmosphere to have outside of just the normal Peppermill and Miracle Mile shops and $1.99 Bloody Mary. So like those things made it even more worth it. But fellas, it was a different trip. It was our first one fully away from the boys since we've had the two. So there was some moments where we moved things along and we were able to get past some sadness, but it was a good little milestone in that journey as well.
Feels weird, doesn't it?
Dude, it was strange. We got to the airport and I'm like hitting my
Yeah, that's weird.
I got everything. Yeah. Oh, I didn't pack a stroller and 14 from both,
Yes.
That's why I feel
traveling light.
That's why I feel
That's
like
very
this is
disconcerting.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, first from both, but it's a weird. It's got to be. It's a weird feeling. The first time we left Lennon one time with one, and then it's like, it's sort of like that feeling.
Well, you'll understand it soon.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah. Well. Oh, you mean number two? I don't know. I don't have any news to break.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we were going to
the way I felt.
505.
No. Maybe no, not today.
Not today,
but maybe one day. The way I thought about it was like it's the first time in a while that you don't have reception on your phone. You can't use your phone, and then it's a very scary feeling at first. Then it's like, okay, we're liberated a bit. You go through that first 10 to 15 minutes of weirdness, and then you kind of get through it. But That's what it's probably like, right? But it's good for you guys to
It was
get out there. Glad you were.
It
Billy.
is, and I think it's good for
good
for parents and kids.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, 100%, dude.
You get to miss each other.
Make them appreciate you.
That was it. Yeah, I don't know that I've gotten
as much as they like being spoiled by grandparents, which isn't the worst thing in the world.
They enjoy that, especially then when my folks come over and then they say, "Hey, why don't you guys leave?" Yeah. Hey, wait, they're here. Why don't you guys get up out of here? Because I want to hang out with them unabridged and uninterrupted. So you guys move on here with your lives. But man, I'm telling you, the World Cup energy there was totally unmatched. Maybe it's just like I need to get out of the house more, and that is rolling through Milwaukee because I saw the streets for the USA game.
Oh God, tonight's going to be epic. Tonight's going to be epic, and if they win another one, now what happened last evening, and that's partially why coming off the longer weekend, we didn't work Friday. So Thursday was kind of like our Friday. And so it was packed a lot in to this weekend, as we always do, 4th of July. I didn't really do that much other than Summerfest though. And just wandering around my usual haunts. But for some reason it felt like it was a longer weekend.
Yeah, we enjoyed that. Needed
back end though, yesterday, having the Mexico-England match on, and then with the rain delay, and then, tried to go to sleep, but that match was too compelling. It was too good.
That thing was
That
amazing.
was why we watched sports. That was like incredible. And I was trying to think of a parallel as England moves on 3-2, playing shorthanded after a red card. There's just so much drama, so much tension in that game. That will convert people. If you watch that game, you go, oh, okay, this is why the world loves soccer when it's played at the highest level with that quality. So I'm trying to think to myself, okay, in recent vintage, give me a game that if you lived in Norway and you watched a U.S. playoff type game, what would hook you and say, oh, I get it now? I was going back to that game, and it was 2022, a divisional playoff game between the Bills and the Chiefs.
That's exactly where my head went, too.
Yeah. The last 2 minutes of regulation, that back and forth of that game that the Chiefs ended up winning. They won the toss and then went down, and Kelsey scored the touchdown to walk it off. And that game was just unbelievable. And if you didn't know anything about football or American football, but you watched it, you could sense the drama and the swings. And that's kind of what last night was at Azteca Stadium.
Yeah. And it's the only one, Drew, that I think could mirror or mimic the unsatisfied is the wrong way, because you play over 2 hours of soccer. You got to end the game at some point with penalty kicks, but we've seen it a couple of times too. There's like a feeling of, that's how that whole game ends. That those 5 kicks on each side is how that ends. And I think that was the same way if you dropped in and watched that game, because the NFL felt compelled to change the overtime rules because of it. Like it is the highest level of all of them. This one even different last night, because that's like the truest of true road games. I mean, there was one section of England fans, and going to be kind of hard to camouflage yourself as you're rolling out. That
was a cauldron, and it was at altitude, so they had the home field advantage there. The conditions spectacular, but that Chiefs Bills game. Then the reason that my brain went there is because we've seen high level, like exciting Super Bowls and stuff, but this is where we are in the tournament, kind of. It's like this is just the hors d'oeuvre. That was the divisional round,
and you knew that.
And then you got more work to do, but you put it in the bank, and so this now your brain just says, well, this tournament's only going to get better, and the games are going to get more and more compelling as we go on. And it was like that's where my brain went, because it's like that's where we are in this tournament. As we're through to the round of 16. We still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
well, it's sort of exciting to have an expanded knockout round this cycle. And I can't believe I'm saying it, but like expanded tournament. But it's exciting to have an extra round of knockout games, because that was always the most exciting part of World Cup when you got through group stage. Just because this sport doesn't lend itself always to that sort of finality because of the existence of draws. But now you have that. You have to win or move on or not go home, whatever. So obviously that part's more exciting, and that finality adds those type of stakes. And you just see that top level, that world-class level of intensity, of drama. Every moment, one misstep could be the goal that puts you back. That's the other thing, because it's so difficult to score. Every mistake is so magnified. But there's been a lot of scoring and attacking in this tournament.
It does help that every great player is scoring like multiple goals a game.
That's the thing, Billy. Good point. Like when you want to see stars shine, you're seeing it. Like everybody.
The difference for England was a penalty kick by Harry Kane, the biggest star. Yeah. Like they show up.
Norway's got Holland doing his thing, and
he's unbelievable.
He might be the best goal in the world. I was talking about him.
Freak.
We talked about Mbappe and Messi all tournament, and Ronaldo as up and down. But man, Holland is going crazy.
Looks like a literal Viking too.
It does help, yes, and it totally does. He like fits into that whole mold.
It's amazing.
But when you have the stars of the sport shining on the biggest stage, it brings in the casual fans big time because you're like, all right, I gotta go watch Wilt Chamberlain or Mike or whatever.
And with that to then be coupled with potentially the best American team that we've ever had.
Oh yeah,
that makes it a perfect storm of excitement.
And now we've got the layer of controversy.
Yes,
come
on,
little politics.
I mean, we got. Oh my God, yeah. It's like, everybody here is. Well, that was the just result, and justice was served, and everybody else in the world is like the Americans are cheating.
Oh, again. It's amazing, dude. Like I can't. I that one was where I looked for a parallel of would this be as if Joe Burrow gets a mandatory suspension and all of a sudden Roger Goodell blesses the hand and says, excuse me, change it up. Or, I mean, listen, we all watched the Eastern Conference Finals in 2001, felt like there was a little bit of a slanted judgment. This 50X, the Scott Williams decision in 2001.
Oh. And I think what makes it so compelling is in some ways, whatever side you are on this situation or whatever side you're cheering for, you can have a legitimate, probably avenue, some way to say, I think we're right here and they're wrong, and say like, you can both make your case. So it definitely adds a layer to it. The only thing is I don't want anyone to be able to have an excuse when we win, because when we beat Belgium tonight, I don't want anyone to be able to say this is the reason it was a Mickey Mouse, this and that. That's the only thing that concerns
so you're
me.
Almost hoping he doesn't score tonight.
I want us to win anyway. Now, does that make sense? That. You know what I mean? I want us to win anyway or blow them out, which I don't know is in the cards. But like if that was to happen, because Billy, you weren't here, but I mean, we were talking about the decision, and I was really going off about how much of an injustice it was. But then, like, does it give others chance to make you the villain? And if so, is that okay with you? I think there's a lot of ways to go through this if you're a fan. Ultimately, if you're a Team USA fan, we all are. You're glad you're going to have your best player available.
See, the strange thing is you don't like being the villain. I enjoy being the villain. And I crave that feeling for the team.
That's a great point. And so a lot of fans view that whole thing differently as well, so.
But I guess, and I enjoyed some of the reaction because, I try to get a little bit of it and some tastes of it returning. There was, I don't know enough about the actual sport and the intent and the VAR. But again, bitching about replay, like it is right into our sports wheelhouse that we love and soak it. Like it's a beautiful blend, and all the games being on during normal television hours. Definitely the most exciting. And man, today's gonna be another good one as we enjoy Spain and Portugal and maybe the last Ronaldo match.
Yep. Yeah. We've been chatting about how the Euros that our visitors came over and they were. We had so much fun listening to that Australian guy talk about Texas Roadhouse, and they took over the bars and they drank Boston Dry and all that stuff.
They love us.
And that's cool. But locally, domestically, I mean, the games have been good for business. People are going to bars and stuff. Like Egypt, Australia draws a crowd of people.
For sure,
people are just soaking it up. When the U.S. game tonight, it's going to be, if you don't have to get up at 4 a.m, it'd be pretty fun to go somewhere on a beautiful night and go watch it outside at one of the many venues that's doing outside viewing parties. But losing Mexico takes a little sting. That stings because they're our nearest neighbor. Like, and they've been turning up for these games.
Big time.
And while I was cheering against the Leafs, I was pulling against Canada, and this is going to go completely against on the host nation. I was pulling hard last night for Mexico.
Yeah.
No, was that interesting? Because like in the when we play domestically, they're usually obviously our rival. So is this like cheering for the Bears, or is this like cheering for your conference in the NCAA tournament where you want them to advance?
You want them to advance.
Yeah, I would.
It's tough, isn't it? Because I wasn't really cheering for Canada, but I've had a soft spot for them over the years.
I feel like I have a softer spot for Mexico than I do Canada.
I kind of agree.
I like them both.
Yeah, to me, this would have been more like a Lions folks that were cheering for the Lions because against the Niners in the NFC title game because they haven't been there in long. They're better in this game than us. Yeah. More than anything, I just wanted 250 years later to send the Brits packing back home sad.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Like I thought on the weekend of the 250th celebration of America, why don't we have our neighbors to the south help us out and send those boys very, very back sad? But listen, Kane was phenomenal. That was a great game. But I'm excited. I kind of started laughing in the early group stage of the not full on, like when there's a golf major, everybody in the city becomes a golf aficionado.
Yes.
Right. Like it felt like everybody feels like we're going to try to be the golf channel when the US Open was here.
Yes.
I felt like there was going to be some of that energy in the World Cup. Here I am 3 weeks in, like I got some takes. I'm trying to fire some stuff off. Yeah. Like it is cool how quickly it grabs you. And in the same year that you had an Olympics, it's a way different and way more exciting feeling than that.
So to have the red card rescinded, you know, it was unprecedented. First of all, that they went and gave a red card on that because you're not supposed to. They kind of bent the rules to give the red card, which was weird. And then it was
kind of light, wasn't it?
Yeah, to rescind it was kind of weird. There was no intent. You're not supposed to slow motion.
It was totally ridiculous.
So it was ridiculous. But then so was the overturn.
So
at the risk of being a hypocrite, my brain goes to it's like the first take question: who's facing more pressure? LeBron or it's like. Well, but this does add a layer of pressure now because if you lose, because you had an excuse built in, and it's like had the U.S. had not played with their leading striker and then lost, it's like, well, they got screwed on a red card, but it was a great run. Now it's going to be disappointing if they don't get through, and it's not easy to doesn't make it. I guess
it helps, but it doesn't make it any easier.
Off. Yeah, sure. They could still lose, right?
For sure.
And it's like
a good team. I mean,
so
obviously.
That's why it's so. If I just wonder what's the Belgian first take like today, or what are they saying?
Oh, dude, it's hot this morning. It's hot this morning.
So they feel like they're taking the pitch and they're down 1-0 already. So it's like this sucks.
William F. Waffles in Belgium is waking up today and he is screaming his head off on the injustice and the excitement. Because I would fully.
That's a brilliant name for a Brave Sports Radio host in Brussels. William F. Waffles.
I didn't know. All I could think of was Belgium. But you had to think that there would be frustration. Obviously there's going to be anger and venom on all the sides of it, but so what, 1962 or something was the last time they rescinded one, but from what I saw, the rest of the world during league play, you wouldn't get kicked out for the next game. I appreciate when sports and teams and players act like who they are. I mean, international play. I mean, it wouldn't be the IOC if there wouldn't be a little bit of corruption. I like that FIFA is leaning in on it as well and trying to get into it in this same vein, right in the heat of the tournament.
That's so true. I mean,
and I like that we're in the midst of it.
We're right in the middle of it, and I'm glad that it benefited us. But FIFA is corrupt, so you might as well keep it going. I
mean, that's the thing.
I mean, if you really do a dive deep into how Qatar got the World Cup, I mean, it was totally bribed, but that's fine. I mean,
that's how they roll. Them and the IOC.
It is what it is. It's all we've complained about. I love the Olympics, but the IOC for years has been very questionable. So, hey, it adds a little drama, intrigue, a little undercurrent of controversy to tonight's man. That's always the best type of matchup. Let's be honest. When there's a little bit of extra off the field drama.
Now we got a 6'5" Viking Terminator to look at, and just like a freak show to watch and marvel at. As he's carrying his team. So
it's crazy, man.
It's fun. It's a blast. It's a nice summer diversion. We're still all in with the Brewers, who won a series this weekend against Arizona and got some horrifying news about Brandon Woodruff. We got that to unpack today. We got Hunter Baumgart doing a little recap for us. Hunter will not join us on the show today. For you Hunter Baumgart fans, he'll be with us tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Because he's traveling back from a well-deserved holiday weekend with the folks.
And he'll get us some more information, and we'll have some more probably to break down tomorrow after we hear some more from the folks down there as they start up in St. Louis. Yeah, brutal news, and we'll get into it all with Woody. But, man, your heart will just break whenever you see a player walk off the field. Totally different.
Yeah.
When it's 53 and it was that fashion.
It totally is terrible. He's giving it all to us. Hey, are we going to – but one thing I want to ask, though, and maybe you guys can think about this as we go through the break. Are our fans going to figure out the hotel? I mean, are we going to figure out the hotel for Belgium and light them up all night like the Mexico fans are doing for England? Did you guys see that at all? They found the hotel the England team was at, and they were lighting off fireworks outside the hotel all night and keeping them up. It didn't work, but it almost did.
Well, this would be the week to do it because this would be the day to do it because they're probably 50% off.
That's right. Yeah, that's a great point.
You can find some discounts on some fireworks tents.
Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, 877-794-1973. Please say hello, check in, get ready with your game balls and kicks the balls because that fires up after 6 o'clock. We got plenty to catch up on. We got to recap Armen Summerfest experience, which,
fantastic.
Did he stick around for the Gin Blossoms? We'll find out. Know. We will find out. We're going to unpack the Woodruff thing as well. We're getting close. This is like the last. Talk about your microwave vacation. If you're in the National Football League or you work in the industry covering it, your days off, your time off is just flying by right now. It's microwave.
Scott Hansen tweeted it out. We'll see you in 10 Sundays.
Yeah.
10 Sundays away from kickoff of the NFL. Baby.
Oh my.
How did it happen? I just feel like the Super Bowl just ended. How did it happen? It's been a fast off season.
It's July 6th. Life comes at you fast. So does the Huddle on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Back. The band is back together. The Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Drew, Billy, and Armen bringing it to you after a glorious holiday weekend. Fantastic. Billy had some time off. We all enjoyed some relaxing fun and, fireworks and all this stuff. Question coming up on the NicoletLaw.com talking text line, 877-794-1973. How did Armen enjoy his Gin Blossoms reunion? You were going to go with the family early and then stay.
Yeah.
Had a little rain to dodge on that afternoon, a little bit.
All those things, the full experience, had the full Summerfest experience. And I think I was at the Uline stage for like 8 hours, for 7 hours. So I feel pretty good about myself. I actually
Sister
put in the
Hazel
work.
Spin Doctors. And,
We took Lena early. We went early, like 4 o'clock. Enjoyed Splash Pad. To start off to be a very hot day. Started off, there's more to come, obviously. A very hot day. Enjoyed the playground. Enjoyed the splash pad. Didn't quite know what to make of it at first, and then she got in there and understood. Oh, this is like water. I'm gonna play with the water. So it was a lot of fun. Went to the Uline stage for Sister Hazel at 4:30. Enjoyed the experience out on the periphery as I ate the best value in all of Summerfest, besides the Sazza sampler. The best value was the Athenian combo at the Greek Village. You get all kinds of stuff going on there. It's fantastic. You get the
there's a kebab, so that's why he likes it.
Get the kebab.
Okay. I was gonna say we're talking gyro. What are we talking?
It's both. You get the kebab stick and the gyro, and the fries. It's fantastic. So that's one of the best. Enjoyed that. Then I had the Spin Doctors.
Doesn't matter how it tastes, Drew. As long as you save a couple of dollars,
it's
gonna be delicious. But it's gonna taste so much better after that.
They load up the Euro meat if you get the right person.
That's
you get the right person in there, they'll load up the Euro meat. If
Put some pressure on them, give them a
little bit of pressure. But the tough thing was, obviously, I didn't get a nap in on Friday. So the tough thing was like Thursday. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get through this day, and I'm gonna make it to the 9:30 slate for Gin Blossoms at the Uline. And getting through Spin Doctors was kind of tough. I mean, because it was fine. They were good. It wasn't.
They're a jam band that people don't realize because they had a couple of pop radio hits, but they're more of a jam band. They're more Blues Traveler than
Really, a lot of waiting for the
182
ones that everyone knows.
Similar to Blues Traveler.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this decision. All right. I walked to those little dock chairs by the little spot where the boats are. Drew, you know what I'm talking about back there?
Yep.
And I went back in that chair. And it was close. It was hot, right? So it was close enough to the lake to get that breeze. And I didn't take a nap, but I had a little mental break for about 30 minutes, and that was all I needed.
That's rested and recharged.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a veteran play.
You were the soberest sleeper at Summerfest.
Right. That was crazy, right? How that worked out. I mean, usually when you're on those chairs, Billy, it's a totally different situation.
Very much.
Getting a refresh. Get him a coffee, like from the donut
So I get
place.
this guy a water, yeah.
But then I was able to get up. It was like 9 o'clock. I had my wristband, of course, for the pit at the Uline because I'm going to see the Gin Blossoms.
You're a high roller, yeah.
And there I rolled right up there, and everyone to see who's this guy with the wristband. And two Gin Blossoms shows in a row in Milwaukee. I was front row. So there you go. Let's make it happen.
All
so I was
right.
there. I was excited. You know what I like about being in the pit in the front row? When because you get all the hardcore fans there. They know all the songs. They're into it. They want to talk Gin Blossoms a little bit. And because it was just me at that point. And eventually saw some people from the building here. That was kind of fun, but was there enjoying the show. They played a great show. It was well worth the lack of sleep to enjoy the Gin Blossoms once again. Sounding good. They had a couple deep cuts, which I enjoyed.
There you go.
They were definitely energized, and they were in sync as a band, and they're a great touring band for many years.
It's funny that Armen that's the day that Armen went. He committed and really went after it. And for me, that ended up being the one day I didn't go. I was 8 for 9. The one day I didn't go was Armen's Gin Blossoms day.
Yeah, it was. Funny story for you, Drew. Robin Wilson, the lead singer, made a big announcement that he forgot to turn in his key gym locker at the Wisconsin Athletic Club.
I saw that on social because the Wisconsin Athletic Club put it out and like, hey, does anybody have a tape of this? Or anybody have because hey, they need a place to work out downtown.
Right. And
did you give them did you take the key, get it back to the folks at the WAC?
Well, no, because I didn't want to lie and say I was a member. I mean, he asked for a member, and I'm not a member. I'm going to lie and have that on my conscience. I should have probably. That could have been my souvenir. But they mentioned they were at the Brewers game the night before, and they loved. Wow. He said that you guys have a great arena.
You should have taken. You should have taken the
key,
and then take it to the WAC and say, here's the key that the Gin Blossom guy, can I trade it for a membership?
Thank you, Drew. Yes.
You know what? If I was thinking, I would have done that.
That's where you go.
That's where the levels are. Yes.
Yes.
You immediately had the home run ball to be able to negotiate with, and you fumbled
exactly. You could have got a bat. You got to get something. Give me a couple months of membership, or maybe
Yeah, you shoot with a year, knowing you'll take 3 months. 100%.
If I was just thinking ahead more, I would have totally
done it.
You know, I was like the kid in the bullpen that was running back to give McGuire his home run ball.
Yes.
Remember that kid that was running back to give it to him? He thought it was
absolute classic.
So it was a fun night overall. I like knowing when the bands are in town more than the one day. It's kind of cool. Like Summerfest guys might have to roll in and roll out, but they were in town for clearly for a day before. They went to the Brewers
or a
game.
day after, like Russell Dickerson showing up at the Brewers game and hanging out and
super cool, and they enjoy it. And Gin Blossoms has talked about they've been in Milwaukee a lot. Obviously, they played a great show after the Admirals game in the winter. They love Milwaukee. They like being here. So always fun.
Well, that is awesome.
And they love when they get to see their number.
Good
one
that you had a good time.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, Summerfest was.
You think these can recognize me when I was pointing?
Summerfest was a triumphant run. I did go on. I did make it on, of course, Saturday.
You almost had perfect.
Was it talk? I was going to say, was it like talking about a perfect game, or was it a planned absence?
Yeah, it wasn't. Just wasn't feeling it. Like the couch was too comfortable. There's a little bit of fatigue these hours, and it's jumbling up your life, your internal clock, and and you go out and your stamina is reduced when you work our hours a little bit. You got to kind of pick spots.
Oh, well, and Drew, there's also the moments where, the hangovers are just continually last a different level, to the point where the 3 weekends is almost needed. At this age now for me and
for us, for sure.
Because I think that would be a struggle for the 11 day. I'd be able to figure out a way to get through it. But
I did leave the grounds on what day was it? Would have been Saturday, the last day. We were down there hanging out, having a good time. Then I left the grounds because they were getting ready to do the fireworks, and my dog freaks out. So we had to be home with the dog at that point.
Take care.
Otherwise,
give some code.
Yeah. And then my plan was
fridge.
My plan was to go back and then watch the last couple bands and walk and see the last sets of the Bodines and like whoever's closing out. Because I had been, and I will say, Gin Blossom's okay. I got hooked up here through a friend of ours from the country station down the hall.
Come on.
His name rhymes with Shanna.
Yeah, so did
I got to go see Jelly Roll. She had an extra pair that.
Let's go.
Didn't get.
Yes.
So I strolled into Jelly Roll and watched the first hour of his set, then left before the fireworks. And I was like, I could have come back, but I've had enough. And once I was comfortable, the fireworks were
I was
going
going to
off,
say,
like,
that's going to be a tough one.
Can you call yourself Jelly Roll when you lose that much weight? Are you more like a veggie stick?
I was like, and I went in.
Free.
I went in with a blank slate, and you would think that'd be something that I would, be a music snob scoff. I get it, man. The dude puts on a great show. He's a hell of an entertainer.
That's right. I was here. Yeah.
It was and
That's
my
awesome.
wife, it's funny. My wife didn't like it at all.
Sure.
And I'm just like, I appreciate this. This is cool. I mean, it's,
well,
and people were into it. I like watching the reaction of people.
It is a different level too.
Yes. I like watching the reaction of people. Now wasn't a total sellout. There were still a lot of grass seats unsold, but it was a good turnout, solid show. I get it. The dude's an entertainer, gets it. His story is what's more American than on the 4th of July weekend seeing a guy with that story.
Yeah, 100%. And Drew, I love it. Like the people watching to me is always the best part of a state fair or Summerfest, because Summerfest, you get the full reaction of an Armen and seeing the Gin Blossoms for the 15th time, 16th time?
Yeah, it's, I don't know, not that many, but a lot.
Getting close to, right? It will get close to at a certain time. But then, people living their absolute best life, seeing Jelly, seeing folks living some kind of life over on the rocks. That's one of the better parts of it. And the American story, my man has gone through a number of different things, including some New York Post, which again seems like about as American as anything right now.
Right.
Having the Post start writing stories about
I guess so. That's the truth. That's very true. And to steal some headlines from the
that whole arc,
century.
of losing weight. Now he's going to be a single fella.
That's what it is. I mean,
that's a lot of big guys that are sitting there saying Jelly.
Once you get on that,
it's gonna be as good as you think.
Once you get on the, but I don't know if that's how he lost.
So,
I'm just assuming. No, but the reality is, you do understand the culture more when you see events like that. Like you're like, not been on my radar, but he's on everyone else's radar. I told you when I saw you on Gravy a few years ago, I kind of had that same revelation. I'm like, all these kids are going crazy for this guy who I don't get, but you know what? It's part of the culture, and you kind of enjoy observing that. So that's what's fun about Summerfest. And it's sad to say it's going to be another year now until it's back again.
It does quickly
goes by. I mean, even though the weekends, it's a weekend thing now, and it always went by quick when it was in that 2-week run. But with the weekends, you're kind of like, all right, we still got next weekend. But I'm like, man, it went by quick. So a lot of fun. But you're right, Drew. The night I was there, that storm came rolling in real hot and real quick. And it was scary for a second down there with the wind blowing, and luckily passed through quickly, but scary kind of moment. So
lost some branches at the beer garden in the park near my place. It was like pretty intense.
Yeah, the wind was blowing really hot and really fast. So
well, nothing like what happened in Lake Geneva.
Unfortunately,
oh my gosh,
one of the worst tragedies,
worst things.
Horrific
brutal
story there. We got we squeezed a lot of summer into that last weekend around the 4th. So
I think America's 250th birthday was celebrated rightfully so throughout the state. It seemed like it was the perfect weekend for it, and it would have been even better if there wouldn't have been that little bit of a disappointment on the 4th with the Brewers, and they would have been able to sweep the Snakes. But a good weekend set down there too, and some good ball games, some tight games. Got to see Murph out of the dugout a couple of times, which is good to be able to see him rehabbing himself back and finding some explanations.
Yeah, and coming back and getting 2 or 3 was
just the games were taught. The Brewers, I mean, they're basically down to seeds and stems on their pitching staff now with the bullpen and what they had to do, and I don't know how tenable all this stuff is, and we'll talk about it more. The Woodruff injury looming like a cloud. He's going to be out for a while, and that's going to suck.
And does it potentially put them into I still don't believe, Drew, it'll put them into the conversations that seemingly every baseball expert wants to put them in, of the Scooble sweepstakes that's rolling through.
Yeah, but they're going to get somebody.
But it'll put them into a lot more conversations of a starting pitcher.
And they're definitely going to go get a starter now. They have to. And it's going to happen because it's funny because on Big 12 Sports Saturday, we fired up that conversation before we knew that Woodruff was going to get hurt. And it's like, do the Brewers need another starter? I said, yeah, because you just don't know. And, because right now it's everything's humming right now. But what if guys hit the wall? What if Harrison hits a wall like they all young guys do? And Miz, what's Miz going to be like when he throws this many innings, and the health of Woodruff? And it's right now but this isn't September, October yet.
I was going to say.
So I lean towards yes. Now it's definitely they got to.
They
need bullpen arm and a rotation.
I was going to say they need both now. Yep. Now you fully need both.
Yep. Because I hate to do it, but I can't count on Woodruff coming back and contributing.
You cannot. When you put him into a playoff rotation, you just simply can't do that in the
when he's looking at best case is 6 to 7, 8 weeks right now for him, and maybe Murph said maybe surgery.
I was gonna say that's a big time maybe.
Yeah, I'm not thinking, and not that they said that this was not unexpected, right? It's because of the way they figured this could happen, but back to dead arm, lost his velo, and then you're seeing Sproat and drawing some guys having short starts. Yeah, man. This
four innings on 100 pitches just ain't gonna get it done. And you're in a spot where it feels like you're too good not to try to capitalize. I know we've said that how many different years now, but this one right here feels like it's way too gettable, way too winnable, and you'd be doing a little bit of a disservice if you let this go by the wayside. Because you can't be, as much as they love Brandon Sproat in his tight pants. You can't fathom putting that guy on the mound in a playoff game.
No doubt.
I don't know. You wear pants that tight, you gotta have confidence.
He's got a lot of it.
Right.
But you can always use a Gio Gonzalez type, right? That's what
there
I
you
would
go.
say. You can always use
a
that
veteran,
guy.
and that's what I said. It's it doesn't have to be a Scooble necessarily, or a Greinke Sabathia rental, but you got to get somebody who can, somebody a veteran arm who can give you that stability and that you can count on for 6 innings.
Yeah, that's the thing. You need to be able to eat some innings.
You need 6 innings on a Tuesday in August, right? And that's because look what they're going through and churning through the bullpen arms right now. The Brewers, they're just hanging on. They got a doubleheader looming this week, right?
This is going to be a work week. Tomorrow's
a doubleheader with Miz pitching the first game. So and then Pittsburgh, and then the much needed All-Star break to rest, rejuvenate, and they got the draft going on at the same time as you're getting ready for the deadline, of the trade link deadline. It makes no sense what baseball does with their calendar, but
thank God somebody that knows baseball said it.
We're going to we're going into that'll be a game, balls and kicks to the balls for sure. So fire those up, get them ready for us. We're looking forward to those. Dolph is is Dolph off today? I think he might be on.
I think Dolph is back today. I think he's back today.
I think he's back
off at Thursday?
He might have been off Thursday. It all runs together right now. It's vacation season, but we're glad you're hanging out with us because the band is back together. Billy is back in his chair. You're listening to The Huddle on Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin. The Huddle. Today's version of The Huddle brought to you in part by our friends at Game Day Men's Health. Be visiting them after the show. They're getting after it. They can help you change your life. Go visit the website. That's where you start, GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Look at the services they offer and schedule that appointment. Find the clinic nearest you and then go schedule your appointment. And truth be told, I go there weekly because they're good people and it's on the way home and it's convenient. But you can get treatments that at your house and do it yourself, administer it yourself. But once you get in the family and see what kind of treatments they have, surf around for everything that they offer, helping guys improve their lives. GameDayMen'sHealth.com is the website. You can get us 877-794-1973 on the NicoletLaw.com talking text line. Getting ready. We got a robust audience already, but we're getting ready for Game Balls and Kicks, and it's going to be quite the exchange. We got lots holstered up. Billy was in Vegas. Armen and I got some Summerfest takes. We've got obviously the Brewers and what they did winning a series. Have you seen as many balls? Like, I don't know if it was the desert or what. And the Brewers have hit some rockets lately and had some bad luck, but it seemed like every inning there were balls hit like 110 that were in outs.
Scorching, dude.
Scorching balls.
Yeah, some definitely hard outs.
What, Marte hit a ball like 116 to left field yesterday and was it out?
Like, bunch of the top of the wall, too. I mean, Garrett had 2 homers this series, could have had more.
Right? The one like rattled around in play at almost the exact same spot on the other wall that he hit the bomb on. It was crazy. And listening to Murph last night was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
After, because I don't know whose microphone he ended up grabbing. One of the reporters was holding. He goes, "Here, let me hold that thing for you."
It didn't have it didn't have the flag on it, so it was kind of strange.
And it was an old school one. He looks in when the guy hits 116 mile an hour, but I would have taken the over.
Yeah, you're handing Murph, and it's like he's at open mic night at the Ha Ha Hole on Pico. He's standing in front of a brick wall, and he's just doing stand up. But the Brewers won a series. They won the game. That's a big win for them going into like this last week. You're running out of fumes. You're trying to get to the break. Their pitching is decimated. Got a doubleheader coming up on Tuesday.
Had to come back.
They're going to have to make some moves and stuff. But our Hunter Baumgart, even though he's not with us today, he did provide us with a review. Did he not, Armen? He left one in the can for us. So let's listen to HB4, Hunter Baumgart's review recap of the Brewers game on Sunday and the series in general. It's brought to us by Import Minded, your trusted source for auto care on 27th Street, just north of 894. Take it away, Hunter.
Thanks, guys. The Brewers had a successful 4th of July weekend in Arizona, taking 2 out of 3, including a 3-2 win yesterday. The story of the weekend, you could go with Bowers hitting a big home run yesterday to give the Brewers the lead. You could go with a couple of other offensive players. Garrett Mitchell stayed hot over the weekend, but I would look at that Brewers bullpen, just giving up 2 earned runs over the entire weekend, and they had to deal with 3 straight short starts. You look at Harrison, you look at Woodruff, who left with the injury. Unfortunately, he goes on the IL. And then Brandon Sproat only went 4 innings on Sunday, and that was the longest start of the weekend for the Brewers. But they get the win on Sunday to win the series, take yet another series. They're now 55-33 on the season. 6 games up on the Cubs in the National League Centrals. We go into the week before the All-Star break. Cardinals 7.5 back, and that's where the Brewers head next, into St. Louis. This will be 5 games in 4 days. All 6:45 starts at night, and then, of course, the 1 o'clock start coming up tomorrow. Shane Drowan on the mound tonight. Game 1 tomorrow will be Miz. TBA for Game 2 tomorrow night. Got to think, though, it's going to be Robert Gasser. Then you have Kyle Harrison on Wednesday, and then Game 4, or well, it'll be Game 5, right? The last game of the series is going to be TBA for now. I would think it's Logan Henderson. So that's how the Brewers set up coming up into this week against St. Louis. I'll have you for the baseball pregame show coming up tonight, 5:30 on Fox Sports 920 in Milwaukee. And, of course, our social channels. This report brought to you by Import Minded, your trusted choice for exceptional vehicle care on South 27th, just north of 894. Back to you guys.
So the Brewers have 8 games left between now and the All-Star Home Run Derby.
Yeah, it always feels like it'll happen that they'll have to close the first half in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And you hope you just don't fully limp in there, but it does feel like you're going to with your backs against the wall. This was already their longest stretch of games they were going to play without a day off. Then add in a doubleheader and add in a Cardinals team that's not trying to quit. They're last wild card right now, and they just had a wild series against the Cubbies this weekend where it looked like they were about to sweep the Northsiders, and instead ended up just taking 2 or 3. So they're rolling, and you are just hoping to be able to. I hate to feel like you just say go 4-4 and rip the pages off the calendar, but that's kind of where you're at, right? Just get yourself to the break and move on.
That'd be pretty good. If they do better than
that'd
that,
be a win at 4-4.
If they do better than that, and they got a 6-game lead in the division over the Cubs, which is huge.
Cubs lost 2 of 3 over the weekend. Am I right?
Pirates
come back yesterday. Yeah.
Pirates are a game over 500, and this is still like the strongest division in ball. The Reds are the Reds. They're 41-48. They've fallen off after a good early start, and the Pirates are still scrapping, so that's not going to be easy.
Right
there.
Their young team is still definitely still fighting.
And the American League is so weird with all the teams that have been struggling. I think that we'll get to trade deadline stuff obviously as we go forward. Who are going to be the sellers in the American League because everyone's a wild card team? I think that's kind of the weird part. You can go 500 and be in the wild card race in the American League. So we'll have to figure that out as we go forward here.
Well, you wonder also when more teams will be incentivized to not fully do what the Brewers have done, but I mean the Brewers have tried it a couple of times where you try to buy and sell at the same time because it's going to be a massive seller's market. Like to your point, Armen, nobody knows exactly where they're going to be quite yet, and let's be honest, everyone wants to buy, and I think even more teams are going to be incentivized and want to because of the lack of understanding as to what next year is going to bring.
Let's try to make a run. Yeah,
you try to make a run, and you try to buy as much of the excitement, goodwill, and the fan base as you possibly can because you don't know what 2027 might bring.
The Diamondbacks are one of the more interesting teams in ball.
1,000%.
Because if they can stay close, they and the Padres are kind of disappointing right now. They're scuffling, and the Dodgers are light years better.
Just racing away.
Dodgers have a 14-game lead over the Diamondbacks and Padres, who have identical records of 44 and 45.
Yeah,
right?
and it hasn't even been that close.
No, but the Diamondbacks could get Burns back like in late August or September. And if you're in it and you're adding Corbin Burns to your rotation,
and they have an owner that never wants to sell.
No,
I mean they've been under 500 and bought multiple players at the deadline, so that's one that's definitely not going to quit. And I mean, who put the Phillies down after they gave Rob Thompson a red card?
Yeah,
and took away his key card. Now all of a sudden Mattingly has them playing.
Got them, and the Braves have had some injuries and have come back to earth a little bit. It's
Big
fantastic. Time. Very interesting stuff going on in Major League Baseball. And in the huddle, Billy is back. We're skating at full strength into a Monday this week. We got a huge USA game tonight against Belgium with controversy, and got the Brewers and the Cardinals. Oh, baby. Game balls and kicks next. You're in the huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
I'm Doug Russell. The Brewers and Diamondbacks played 3 tight games this weekend in Phoenix. Sunday's finale ended with a Gold Glover doing Gold Glove things.
High fly ball. It's among the rafters up there. Foul ground right side. And Frelick makes a tremendous catch. And the Brewers hang on, or did he? Miguel's not sure. And yeah, he got it.
Yeah, he did. Audio courtesy of Peacock. The Brewers edged the Diamondbacks 3-2. The Crew now in St. Louis for 5 games over the next 4 days. That includes a doubleheader tomorrow if they can get it in. There is rain again in the forecast for Tuesday, so we'll see. Coming up tonight, Shane Drowan pitches against Dustin May. Game time is at 6:45. At the World Cup, Team USA will be at full strength after all. Flo Balogun's red card suspension has been overturned. He'll play tonight for Team USA against Belgium. Kickoff is set for 7. Hour 2 of the Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake up! Everybody wake
With the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you. You need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with a number of cameras. Take the cameras off the field, and there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on 1. Ready, Biller for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200 jet. You got to cut and crack. Now cut and crack. Red right 18 bob on 1. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
We got exactly what we got to do. All right? That's all the good boy got to do. Let's go out and kick some tape. All right? Hey, yo. 1, 2, 3. Keep doing what you're doing. Get our guys after and make the play. Be right all the way outside. Wide, left, fake, 396 bag, D hand, C puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh, God, this man's been out all night.
Armen, Sarian.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
Monday edition of the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin, 920 Milwaukee, 1070 Madison, everywhere on the iHeart app, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Early risers, insomniacs, sociopaths, 5 o'clock clubbers, love you for being with us from the start of the show.
Yes, sir.
If you're just waking up, welcome. It's Game Balls and Kicks to the Balls Monday. I'm Drew Wilson, joined by Bill Schmid, back from a little vacation, rested and ready, and Armen Sarian behind the glass, still buzzing from his reunion with the Gin Blossoms.
Yeah, it was fantastic. A lot of fun. Good show.
It's like a
You on
class
stage.
reunion whenever you get to see the boys.
For sure.
again.
Hey, you know what? There is an aspect to that a little bit. I can't say it's it's not like you see all the same people at the show all the time, or at least I don't think I have.
But it's a lot of the familiar faces.
It's nice to know
Yeah.
there are other Gin Blossoms fans out there when you sit in the pit in those first few rows, when you're one of the privileged few, you know, that
Well, you want to go where everybody knows your name.
Everybody, the other hardcore Gin Blossoms
Mhm.
fans are with you there. And they have the tour shirts and everything like that. So it's awesome.
Well,
funny.
and it's a good day to be back. It's a great day to be on the NicoletLaw.com talking text line. We're going to fire up some of these game balls and kicks to the balls, Drew, because as we said it to our 5 o'clock clubbers, we appreciate you being with us, and we appreciate our friend Jason in Green Bay letting us know. Boys, great to be back in the huddle after vacation. Corn was definitely neat. We got a nice pick of the corn stalks already rolling through. If this is what they're looking like early July, you better be watching out for this harvest.
gotta
It's
be
going to be
high.
a good year.
I
with
didn't
the
have
rain
any
we've
corn
gotten.
over the weekend, but I'm craving it.
Yeah, it's about the same thing. I was walking through through Pick and Save, and I looked at the just ears and ears and ears of corn. I'm like, it's been years.
Early corn is never as good as it is in a couple weeks. But
You're right.
I also bought the first watermelon of the season. So
Delicious.
because I need to make some. I love watermelon. It's great to eat and all.
Yeah.
But my mind goes to, all right, we need to muddle this into some vodka or maybe a
Yeah,
watermelon
drink.
margarita.
That's a good point.
A little
Yes.
jalapeno floater.
Mhm, get a little
Or,
drops in there. Yes.
Yeah.
Or a little, not Jamba juice, whatever you had in college when you would put the watermelon in, Ron juice if you're
Talking some jungle, talking a little
jungle
juice.
Yeah,
Jungle
right.
juice,
If you're
whatever
a
you call
fan,
it.
you put the vodka in, you put the watermelon, just the absolute craziest, drink.
Many frozen berries as you possibly
Frozen
can for
berries,
some
all
free
that.
ice.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
yeah, 100%.
a bunch of cranberry juice. So a lot of fun. I grilled some corn. I roasted some corn. You can't go wrong with that. It's worth the wait. It takes a long time if you got it in the husk to grill it and to roast it the right way.
But it's beautiful.
No, I got to remember to have the oven gloves ready when I shuck it because it's hot.
That thing's cooking when it comes off. No doubt about it.
That's another thing. Got to have that paper.
Or
bag
if
ready.
you can't wait, you can use my Tim O'Driscoll, friend of the program and Arrowhead legend. Arrowhead
legend,
University legend. He used to pick corn from his yard and stuff and bring it to the press box.
Wow.
Dole it out.
So
and he would say microwave it for 2 minutes. Exactly 2 minutes. And it's perfect every time.
Wow. Okay.
I don't have
Let's
to
go,
boil
Timmy.
water and I have to grill it. And he's right. And it's the sweetest, freshest, bicolor corn you've ever had.
And I will be doing that because that sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot easier. And I will
easier.
take that. Yes,
That's
100%.
That's the
I'm in the work smarter, not harder camp.
Hey, if you're in that official scorers club, you have those type of tips. Drew and Timmy.
That's right, man.
Corn. You gotta
love
love
corn.
that.
Yeah, I'm telling you. All right. Game balls and kicks 877-794-1973. I'm going to open the bidding. This is an obvious one, but I heard people complaining. I got a little tired on the broadcast yesterday of hearing about Star Spangled Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But it was across the board. And what we had was all the games in Major League Baseball yesterday were on Peacock until the NBC game, the night game, right?
Yes.
But they were all on Peacock. So if you have Brewers TV, tough luck.
Yeah,
you had to have Peacock.
I got to be honest. I didn't even know Peacock had MLB games.
Oh,
I guess I should
have for a while.
I should have known I should have known they had games.
They were doing the Sunday noon starts for a while, which was a kind of weird, But anyway, all the games were on Peacock as part of their deal. So if you're a Brewers fan, you went. I think Wednesday was ESPN only, then Brewers TV, then Apple TV, then Brewers TV. And Peacock. So
you think it's only the NFL? It's MLB
I think I got to kick baseball to the balls for doing that across the board. Now, if you're a Peacock subscriber and you got to watch all the games, it was like having the MLB package. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
If not, it was kind of a pain in the ass. And if you want to switch back and forth between other sporting events, I don't know, like the World Cup or anything else, not optimal for flipping, which we've talked about before ad nauseum. That's just not. It's the soup.
It's the most obnoxious part of streaming.
Yep, it's the soup that we're in. But so while I want to kick them to the balls, and first of all, we have to establish that today is Game Balls and Kicks to the Balls Monday as it is.
Yeah.
And we have a sound effect for a game ball today. And Armen, what does it sound like when you give someone a game ball for a job well done?
Sacrificing his body like only Salvatore can.
There's the win.
On the call yesterday when the Brewers won yesterday on Sal's catch.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk more about that. And then the flip side of that is the kick to the balls.
Okay. Now, it might be a little complicated. Let me explain this. I'm sure you guys are going to be like, oh, no, what's going on?
Good.
All right.
All right. So we're talking about the decision and Belgium's reaction to what was going to happen with the U.S. striker Belgium. But this was the reaction of the coach for Belgium. Now, it's a little complicated because he was speaking through a translator. So let me play a long version and I'll give you the short version for kids.
As I said to your colleague during the individual interviews, I didn't know that at FIFA World Cup, the 5th of July is now 1st April, and that's April's Fool's then.
So apparently he's calling April 5th. He said he didn't know July 5th was April Fool's Day, but it was in through a translator. So this is the kick to the ball sound.
It's April's Fool's then.
So I'm just going to shorten it.
Let's give a kick to the balls to April Fool's
April
Den.
Fool's Den. Yeah,
April
okay.
Fool's Den. I just love that.
All right.
Because it's like a double kick, right?
All right,
there.
double kick.
It's Rudy Garcia.
Double
by the
kick.
way.
And yeah, I want to go both ways because on one hand, I know it's the future and it is what it is, and they got to have the money stream. So putting all the games on the slate on Peacock deserves a kick. But they also get a game ball to counterbalance it because they did it when you do a game like that, and to have the Diamondbacks play-by-play guy and the Brewers analyst gives you a good broadcast, as opposed to two guys parachuting in like they do on Apple TV when they don't know and they get 100%. Stuff wrong on both sides.
Yep, 100% true.
This was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's something to like Rock did the ESPN game when they opened up against the Yankees a couple of years ago, and it was awesome hearing Joe Buck do the game. However, it was Rock and Joe Girardi on the Yankees set, and they were both like, "Yeah, Joe, I kind of don't know anything." Like they were being very, very nice, but like correcting him throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
And it is good to be able to have some true knowledge of the two teams. And I do talk out of both sides of my mouth when it comes to streaming in sports and the packages, because it is how the business continues to grow. to exponential levels. Like the demand for the games, it is the only television product that you have to watch live.
Yep.
If you really want to have the experience, it's the only one you have to watch live. And that's why, there's billions of dollars being thrown at UFC. I don't think it's because that many people love watching fighting, but it's when it's live, it's the only thing you have. And for baseball, they botched that Roku deal so bad.
Yeah.
Like their Sunday leadoff that was on the Roku channel was so bad that at least they're rectifying it a little bit with the NBC. Maybe it was because I was off and I didn't add in enough lead-in time. I was stunned with the NBC deal, and I was surprised at the Peacock one. But again, just the good workaround that you luckily turn into sometimes. They throw all those Peacock games on YouTube TV under some disguise as NBC Sports Extra. And I didn't have Peacock, but I was able to watch the game. So it was like it's one of those weird ones where it pops up and you take. I don't know how it continues to evolve,
right,
and how they all incestually combine. So there's games like that where, well, you're a YouTube TV subscriber, so you're a Peacock subscriber, even though that doesn't work and you can't log into the app that way. We'll be able to let you watch this in the college games that you have. It's so convoluted, and you would think that there would be just some big conglomerate, maybe some massive company that would say, what if we just put all of these great channels together on one package and then allowed you to watch them? Like sold it as a television package, and then you just had all of them funneled on like one box. I don't know. Maybe that would work or not.
That might be a good idea. Maybe we should do that one
Maybe
day.
we should.
You're right.
Maybe it would work. I don't know.
I
It seems like it would be a good idea into a cables package or something.
I was the same way. I was blissfully unaware that it was a Peacock game because you were used to figuring out, okay, if it's not Brewers TV, it was ESPN the other night, then Apple TV, and it's like, oh, Peacock? I'm like, what is this, Creighton DePaul? Like, I thought that was the last time I watched it.
Yeah, it did feel like a Nebraska-Maryland game.
But
to have the menu and to be able to watch all the games. And then they had like
nice.
other angles and stuff. They had some bells and whistles. But it was basically the same production you'd get from Brewers TV.
It was the same. I appreciate the score bug. I like the NBC vibe. I always think the NBC productions are good. So that was cool. But it was a not only just because we got to see Dilly on a national broadcast, which we appreciate. I liked Steve Berthume being on and a throwback to my youth. Because that man got me up for school a lot of different things.
Oh yeah,
he was narrating a lot of Sports Centers while I was eating 1 to 2 to 3 bowls of cereal before class every morning.
That's right. All right, hit us with your game balls and kicks 877-794-1973. Yesterday, I had kind of a leisurely afternoon. Took the dog for an extended stroll, and I walked down. Don't usually do this, but I walked down Wisconsin Avenue. Took a glance at the Giannis mural, which has been repaired.
Yeah,
we could kick to the balls whoever tagged it.
Yeah, good one, guys.
It's April's Fool's then.
It wasn't so much an anti-Giannis tag. It was just some idiot that
wanted his name out there,
would
right?
Spray anything, and then it was fixed quickly. But I walked by it, and it dawned on me like today's the day. It's the end. We're getting the press release today.
Officially.
It's gonna go down today officially.
At some point, like we're a couple hours away from they've had the press release holstered up and ready, but I don't know if that's where the kick to the balls we talk about all the time with NBA transactions. Like, how dumb is that you can't, that this could be? We had to wait till July 6th for it to be official, and then now what we already know. When
it's the only thing dumber than the negotiating period in the NFL.
Yes, Taylor Jenkins and Milt Wagner are going overseas to meet with the guy that they haven't unofficially announced as a Buck yet. I mean, it's like, what are we doing?
It's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
I don't understand all of it.
But today is the day we're going to get a press release saying that Giannis has been traded to the Heat.
And go ahead, Armen.
And then we can have the Giannis introductory presser whenever they get around to that, because like there's no urgency to do it.
And maybe the thank you.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
awesome.
And maybe the goodbye thank you message.
We were saying the same thing. I said, when am I going to have my graphic? When do I get my graphic? I need this for closure.
So all the sides have had a lot of time to compose the press release.
I was going to say the one-page Milwaukee Journal Sentinel ad. Do people still do that? Do they still buy? Do you buy the one sheeter in the paper?
Is that saving the paper here? Is this a kick to the balls either? Because I wasn't going to be really upset about anything with the Giannis thing. I was going to try not to be, but everyone's getting upset. Not everyone. Some people are getting upset because we haven't had the farewell post yet that everyone likes to put out, or the one-page ad. So is that a kick to the balls on Giannis?
It's coming. No. He's just waiting.
Yeah, I think it'll come out at the exact same time that the Heat, put out the graphic that they've acquired Giannis and that the Bucks have sent it out. And I know that there's a lot of legalities maybe that you're rolling through with this one. But the bigger kick to the balls that I've gotten out of all of it, in reading more of the Jim Osarsky piece and more of the fallout through it, Rona Shelburne had a really, really good piece. Man, the real kick to the balls is him putting out that Wolf of Wall Street clip after the trade deadline.
It's April's Fools, then.
That's right. I keep going back.
I have not think that there's been a more disingenuous post that you've been able to see from somebody that at that moment, then in the back channels, you're politicking for over almost a full year at that point to get moved. And then it's, I'm not leaving. And legends don't leave, they attract. Well, they get attracted to different attractions. Is that what the one was? Because obviously then at that point we're not at legend status. Like that post is now is not aging well at all and is getting maybe more of a point of contention, I think, with a lot more Bucks fans. And he is he's trending more and more onto the dislike territory with that one and more of the stories that are coming out.
As I've sifted through the manure of this whole thing and tried to process it, Billy, that's the one thing I keep coming back to as well, because a lot of the rest of it I can kind of get over and understand and thank and like go back and say 13 years and everyone grows up and everyone changes and things will change. So I understand that you may not be the same person you were at 19. That's okay. You changed a little bit and everyone would, but that's the one thing I keep going back to. That's the worst look for Giannis in this. And I can be honest to say it. I agree with you 100%, Billy. That keeps sticking in my head. Like if you were aware and you knew you were probably going to leave or were ready to leave, that's just a bad look. You making that post makes it look like you're just kind of playing around with us. And I don't like that. No one likes that because we really felt like
the flip side of that, though, and I've been thinking about this too, because you go through the machinations, like, should we have been tougher on Giannis? Like, should we have, you're letting this like cloud the judgment of it. But my thing with it is a lot of people are saying, why doesn't he just say that he wants out? Well, that's wouldn't help the Bucks' efforts to trade him.
100%.
So he actually is doing them a solid. And the Bucks, maybe the Bucks had said, hey, don't, you could say it to us and like whatever, League of Champs, but we don't need him saying that because it depresses his value. And teams, they got to move him. He wants out. So,
and he said, no problem. I'll do that.
So that to me is like, that would have been, so for people who were pining for that clarity and I want him to just say that he wants out, have the balls to say it, like that doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. Have been good. However, when you are still going to manipulate and pull the strings behind the scenes, like the that is reported of like 4 different trades that were right out of the gate next, you knew that you weren't going to have that kind of wheeling power to deal him anywhere. Nobody does in the NBA unless you have a Damian Lillard situation where my man signs the extension and then demands a trade like most superstars have done.
I agree. The rest of it, I can understand that part of it is good, Drew, that he didn't reveal it or whatever. And he did it behind the scenes. Okay. So in the end, that helped us get more value. But I think that post and those questions, one day he's going to have to account for that. Whether it was a social media manager or some guy that's just running his account. And we might just get, I didn't run my social media. I didn't know anything about that. I don't know if I believe that, however, because it still represents you. But if that's all we get, but one day we'll have to get an accounting for that, whether it's in 40 years with a book, whether it's in 20 years with an interview, or there's going to be a place in time.
There'll be an episode of Thanalysis in there.
There's going to be a place in time
podcast
where there's going to be time where it's like going to be the healing tour. These things always go the same way, where it's going to be like,
it'll be Osarsky or somebody gets to sit down right before before the Heat visits Milwaukee for his return performance.
And if he's closed off,
what if he's load managing that day?
No, because that's what I'm thinking about too. And because maybe he's
that crossed my mind already. Because it really crossed my mind when I thought about LeBron potentially going to Miami as well. I'm like, wait, then both of them could sit because LeBron didn't play here in 4 years.
And what would the reaction be and all those things? I hope it's positive one day, but who knows? I mean,
but the other thing is, think of the timing of it. The deadline passes, and like at that time, Giannis thought he was going to come back and play and try to lead the team to a playoff, maybe, or right? Wasn't that part of the?
It seemed like it was around that time, yeah.
Yeah, and again, my thing was Giannis was always consistent. 2 things were true: I want to stay in Milwaukee. I want to compete for championships. When those roads reached a fork and they went in diverging directions, then it was inevitable. And
It is,
like, to me, it's like,
and I can process
he
that.
stayed true to, I want to stay in Milwaukee. I want to play for championships. I'm over 30. I got to have every year. I want a chance to win. And now,
yeah, but if that decision was made a year ago, why are you making it sound different to appease fans? That's the one thing we'll have to account for, Billy, right?
Like I said, when, if he was back channeling and he wanted to go to New York before the season, if that's indeed the case, true, there's that part of it disingenuous, but everybody who says he should have just declared that he wanted out, like, no, that would not have helped the Bucks cause. He ended up in some ways,
they probably don't get Yakashunas if that happens.
By holding his tongue, he, they got more and he helped the team.
But the tough thing is, I mean, we've been hearing about this and it's been very, very well reported throughout by a number of different sources that his camp from last NBA draft combine was like, yeah, we're out. We're getting out.
We're not signing the extension.
We're not signing the extension, so moving around. And that's the deal. We're not signing the extension and we want out are two different things.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they are two different things. And I think that where I need to be out here and I'm never playing here again is different than in a year, I'm not going to sign an extension.
That's true too. I'm not signing an extension again, because I can't fathom a way that this team can be competitive.
Yeah. Totally.
Like I'm not signing here
which I can process logically. If you think, listen, I got to win and I can't be here for it.
I mean, what if the Bucks had said we're going into the season, we're not trading him, we're going to let him ride it out?
God, that would have been a hilarious game of chicken to be able to play with Jimmy Haslam and company.
Yeah, but they decided not to, and Haslam's been down that road with Myles Garrett now,
and the other one in the final kick to the balls before we get Dolphin here. Kick to the balls for me to thinking Jaylen Brown had more trade value than just Paul George.
Holy cow.
It's April Fools then.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good example of when you do give away the position. I mean, everyone knew Jalen was unhappy. Maybe that's all they could do. But you traded him for that to that team.
Playoff P.
To that team.
Kick to the balls to everybody who underestimated the value of Hugo Gonzalez.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my God. Hugo's completely untouchable at this point.
I mean, aren't you just glad that the Bucks didn't get Jaylen Brown?
I'm very glad.
I mean, that would have been a disaster.
It would have been awful. I'm glad that we now
would have been like having Dame without Giannis.
And now we get to enjoy just Yakashunas play from overseas because he's just dominating these overseas leagues.
Right.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely.
Gotta love it.
And Bogle Markovic as well.
Bogle's looking good in the California League, right? That's fantastic.
The Adriatic
looks a little filled out. I like that.
We are all right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be halftime. We'll get some orange slices, get an Uncrustable, perhaps a juice box, and Scott Dolphin's going to pop on by.
And we got Cam Jones,
our halftime correspondent. Armen's all happy. Marquette guy going to the herd.
Two-way.
Fantastic. Dolphins next. We've reached halftime of the Monday edition. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. The Huddle continues, Monday edition. Drew, Billy, and Armen back together. Billy's back from vacation. Here's a guy who's always with us. Scott Dolphin, our halftime correspondent from FM 106, the country station down the hall. Hello, Dolph.
Hi, fellas. Hope you had a good holiday weekend. Armen bumping back with Jelly Roll, who wrapped up Summerfest.
I was there.
Night. You went to the show.
I went to the show. I was impressed. I went in with an open mind. I thought, I get this. This guy's a hell of an entertainer. Puts on a hell of a show.
It is. It's a great show. When he was here a couple of years ago, we went to the amphitheater show. But Saturday night, I wanted to roam the grounds. I saw you. We saw you there. I think it was Saturday. Maybe it was Friday, Drew, in the covered, what is it? The Aurora stage?
That would have been.
It was really loud in there. We yelled, but you didn't hear us.
I was making the rounds as well. Friday was the day I didn't go. I lost my perfect attendance. I only made it 8 out of 9 days this year.
Okay, so we must have saw you
Thursday.
Thursday,
I was, yeah.
Did you hit the perfect attendance, Dolph?
I missed one day.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
First Friday. Other than that, I was there, and I'm feeling it. The last couple weekends on Monday, you feel it after being down there 3 straight nights late.
Definitely.
Get sore, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the feet are, and that's gonna make me sound about like the oldest possible guy in the world. My feet are the ones that are gonna hurt after standing on the asphalt.
Yeah. For me, it's the knees. That's what I noticed Sunday morning getting out of bed more than anything else.
Like playing a softball tournament or something.
It is.
100%. Why on earth am I so sore?
Beat up. So what was the best music you saw during the run? What was your favorite act? There's so many good ones. You saw Little Feat. You saw a bunch of bands.
Yeah, Little Feat. Jayhawks the other night were really good. Probably the two that come to mind, Marcus King Band. And then the kids Saturday night, Jonah Kagan. What a show he put on, man. Young guy. And that was at the Big Backyard. Last show I saw before walking out the gate. Really has a good edge to him. And that one was really enjoyable. There were so many, though. I love going in the middle of the afternoon to watch bands I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And a lot that I have, but
I love that.
Yeah, you discover new acts that you become fans for a long time.
Yeah,
where do they find these guys in country music? How on earth do you just find something ridiculously handsome like this, Jonah?
You're just spitting out these
It's
guys,
unfair.
great looking, handsome guys with the ball cap on, and their name, Tucker.
You dropped right out of Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, right out of there. Yeah. Used to play D2 college football somewhere,
like Tucker Wetmore.
Yeah,
right?
Wetmore.
Yeah.
I mean, who said it once? Every country guy's named Jordan or Tucker or Luke or
a
Winston.
lot of Lukes.
I mean, the next guy's going to be named Wyatt Winston. I'm just coming up with names right now. You know what I mean? But they're talented guys.
Sorry I missed you down there, Armen. We were at Gin Blossoms for a while.
You were up in the down in the pit with the wristband? No. Oh, that's why I didn't see you.
I wasn't in the pit. No, I was way in the back. I was in the nickel seats.
Yeah, Armen.
No, it's all good.
Armen doesn't hang around the unwashed to see his favorite.
That's right. He's VIP.
Nice.
He's with the band. They got their.
That's
I could roll in like Sinatra after eating my Euro.
The other guy who could be on a ticket to stardom is that Sam Barber kid.
There's another guy, Sam Barber.
Yeah. He's already a big deal and had a big crowd. There were a lot of big crowds over the weekend. Friday night was huge, and Sam Barber had a big show on Saturday night at the BMO.
They were piling in there. Definitely were. That was a big weekend.
A nice fireworks display at the end of the night.
That always caps it off, right?
So,
Sean Paul, that was a crazy
The one thing was we didn't get the ideal weather. We didn't get the sunshine. We were dodging raindrops throughout the weekend. Cloudy weekend.
Or heat.
Yeah.
We didn't get the classic perfect Summerfest, 78 degrees, sunny. Like the beer metrics, the best weather to drink.
Perfect, optimal
78
drinking
degrees.
temperature. True.
Yeah.
I thought a couple times we were just going to get hammered with weather. They had big weather south of us in
And
Walworth
north.
County.
Yeah.
And north.
To Dodge.
The Thursday there was some big gusts of wind, but no rain. Saturday it rained on us for maybe an hour late afternoon, but then it was okay, I thought.
So, Dolph, do you have is it appointment viewing to stay up and watch the USA tonight with given the backdrop of the red card rescinded?
Absolutely.
A chance to move on.
Absolutely. And it won't be easy, right? I don't know a lot about Belgium, but I read up on them this morning, and they got a lot of Premier League guys and Liga. They got a lot of horses on that roster.
And now this was was 14 the last time the USA made it to the round of 16? Was that one of the, because I know Belgium knocked them out in 24 one of the last times that they made
I thought it was like 02 or something. Was it when they made the 8 last? Is that what it was or no? I don't remember.
I think you're right on that one, because that was that would have been one of the Landon Donovan goals, if I'm not mistaken. They all run together at some particular point in time. But I just love the fact that we win gold medal in hockey. Now we get to take over potentially into soccer. They're two sports, Dolph, that I otherwise in our ecosystem, we're just not going to get super into.
Great
but it
point.
feels like this one is even more. People are more invested now than they even were when Team USA was running through in the Olympics.
I think we're so far, we've gotten a lot better at it. They always told us we would when we were in gym class in 6th grade. You better get good at this game because this is going to be our future in 20 years. Obviously, it hasn't gotten to that point, but you can tell these guys are worldwide stars as well that are on Team USA's roster. And I think back to like the
they got the fewest guys playing in the MLS that they've ever had.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
I mean, like,
that's
all due respect to Sporting KC.
We laugh at that, but that's true.
That's a great point.
But I think back to
why are you doing Real Salt Lake like that, man?
Well, I'm sorry, New York City Bulls, right? Is it still the Red Bulls? Like, I appreciate them trying, but let's get some guys from Aston Villa over here.
When you get out the plane to go to Disney World, do you say, "Honey, we're in Orlando City"?
That's all I think about.
That's a great point.
Great.
Yeah, you're right.
I think of KC. I don't think of the Chiefs. I think of Sporting KC, the Seattle Sounders.
Of course you do.
Not the world champion Seahawks.
We need more guys in the La Liga and the Bundesliga. And
Correct.
We do. Because you think back to when was the World Cup here? Was it
94?
94. Thank you.
That's right. I had it for the Super Nintendo, man. That was a great video game, man. That's when we got excited about the World Cup in 94.
And we were excited, but we knew
pumped.
that there was no way in hell we were going to really, get to the semifinals.
No, that's
or
why
anything.
getting to the knockout stage that year around the 16 was so
It
exciting.
That was a win.
Alexei and all those guys, yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice to live in the world where the round of 16 was the baseline expectation?
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Like being in a UC Davis in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Sweet 16 in basketball. But the fact that it's here, we could see what an incredible home field advantage that has. Look at Mexico last night. That atmosphere was insane in Mexico City.
Ridiculous.
They fall short against England, but it just created so much excitement. And obviously, you're going to hear the stories of the seismic readers tonight out in Seattle again, measuring whatever on the Richter scale.
I don't know what's going to happen tonight, obviously, but there's just a different seemingly DNA in this American soccer team that we've been used to. Every other world, it's always felt like disappointment. And this year, I mean, they just feel like a different team that's not crumbling.
I'm with you there, but I also feel like Belgium's been kind of like underperforming so far.
They haven't played one of their best games, it looks like.
True. They're due. So that's part of it. But I still like, I don't know. I'm like 60-40. The U.S. gets through.
Yeah. The U.S. slight favorite, as close as probably a toss-up as you can get.
Basically a coin flip.
But I also wonder, I mean, the one thing that I've been able to pick up, USA has scored early. They've jumped on these teams really, really early. I don't know if as much of it, similar to in baseball, like Brewers are going to be a much different team when you play from ahead than you are playing from behind. Like the way that you can strategically set some stuff up. That's been their motto, is they're going to score within the first 20 minutes or so and then hopefully play from ahead.
Including that first game against Paraguay, which has pretty much locked a lot of teams down since then, giving up a goal here, a goal there. So that's looking like
good sign.
They scored 4 goals against them. So it'd be great if it continues tonight. I mean, obviously the country has gotten behind this thing big time. And then the fact you get the red card overturned for Balogun, that's huge news. Well, I love the fact that they're listening to Ella Langley on the bus after games, choosing Texas and singing along.
It's a good tune.
It is a good tune.
Dolph, that's a good tune that gets stuck in my head far too much. You need next time you guys get a chance to talk to Ella, you need to potentially see if she can make a little bit less earworms, because me yelling around, he's choosing Texas, I can tell, all throughout my day, they could make that song just a little less catchy and it would be a winner for me.
We'll tell Miranda Lambert too. She's got the co-write on that song.
That's it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
Armen the DJ.
Oh, I'll get it.
My man Dave Gasper, he when Ella Langley first, because she had a big hit last year.
With Riley Green, You Look Like You Love Me was huge.
You Look Like You Love Me.
She's had a couple now.
There were a couple of individuals who were praying that Ella Langley would tell them that you look like you love me. Our friend Dave Gasper loved Ella.
He was like Ella Dangley.
Oh, he was so pumped. He was so pumped when that one came up, dude.
She's like Drew, for guys our age. She's like late 70s, early 80s Linda Ronstadt.
There
kind
you
of
go.
A lookalike.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the dark hair. You know, the dark.
Yeah.
As long as she doesn't wear the bangs. I'm not really into the bangs.
No, you're not a bangs guy?
Oh, wow.
I'm
Okay.
too specific here. Is that like, I don't know.
You probably hate my bangs, Armen.
Well, no, it's different.
I know he likes the flow.
Hey, she's playing in Green Bay Thursday? August 20th.
August. Yeah,
20th.
she's here in August
That's
at the
her next
restaurant.
show. Sorry about that. That was a near me, not the next show. I had the near me.
That's a
good one. All right.
Yeah. She's in Calgary. She's in Canada playing some shows this week.
Probably Country Thunder. They have a Country Thunder up there as well.
Nice.
So are we getting into now, where is the rank and file here? Because it's still Country Thunder in Twin Lakes, right?
Yep.
That is still going to be number one.
Yeah, and that's not this weekend, but I believe the following weekend.
And then there's Country Jam in Eau Claire. And then there's the one in Oshkosh that has changed names a couple of times,
that's
correct?
The Crossroads 41.
Okay.
That's a big one. We have the Hodag up in Rhine.
Yes.
Yep, that's a big one. And then there's another Country Fest. Wisconsin has more Country Fest per capita, I think, than any state in the country.
It was maybe my biggest frustration in college when I was working in interning during the summer. I got invited to all of these different country festivals, and I'm like, wait, I already got invited to that one. No, this one's this weekend. No, this one's next weekend. You couldn't keep them straight, and then to miss all of them was a massive L. Summerfest being done, people think, okay, now you put the music into the back burner. Not so much when you're talking about festivals across the state.
No,
you go hard for some 4 days.
Pretty much go every weekend if you wanted to, and they go from they start in June and they go all the way through August. It's gonna be a good time. And then Alpine Valley has a lot of great shows this year too. That will go right through late September.
And that's where the camping goes down. That's where it really goes down when the sun goes down, right?
Well, Thunder is a big legendary camp spot, party spot. But Alpine, they've got a solid lineup this year too.
Pretty solid. So now the Summerfest letdown, well, there's Bastille Days and there's other stuff that's going to happen.
I love Bastille Days. I think it's kind of underrated. We don't think about it maybe a lot because it's not on the Summerfest grounds.
It's like Cathedral Square,
we're reminded on Thursday night with the late night run, the Storm of the Bastille.
Storm the Bastille run. I've done that a couple of times.
Have you really?
Oh yeah.
So is that just a reason to go through downtown drinking beer, Drew?
Basically, yes. I mean, there are people who take it seriously, and then
the runners like it.
Yeah, it's a 3-mile jaunt,
It's fun to do it at night, though. I'll say that. I did it a couple times. Not that I was ever a big runner.
It runs through my neighborhood and right past the my favorite establishment.
I like that. Okay.
So now I realize that they hand out some Miller Lights to people. Patrick from the Palapa will hand out beers to people that are running.
It's more of a celebratory. People are on their balconies cheering.
I mean, that's not a run. That's not a run that you try to PR in, or I'm doing marathon prep and I'm trying to run a PR. Like, okay, there are people that will do that and that are competitive, but it's mostly just a excuse to run at night through downtown and drink.
Got to take advantage of being outside. Have you guys done any of the soccer bar outdoor parties yet?
No.
Have to.
My daughter and her boyfriend went to was it France playing Saturday? And they won, and they were in somewhere in Wauwatosa at an outdoor big huge party. And I know they're all over town, all of the well-known soccer
brands
bars
in South Milwaukee doing it well.
Freaking huge. They block off downtown in South Milwaukee for that one.
Huge. Tonight is the night. If you haven't gone out yet, you don't have World Cup fever. Tonight's the night. If you're a late comer, jump on it now. And if the U.S. wins, if the U.S. goes through, then you get another week of fun.
That's the thing. Win one more, so then this is like in the playoffs in the NFL. So we get another couple of days of content and fun.
Yeah, it is.
The English, the victory, England-Mexico was a classic. It's the game of the tournament so far, and you just hope that now the games they're going to get better because it just amps up.
You saw the big favorites in, obviously, Argentina surviving, and
today is Spain, Portugal.
A couple teams that have a lot of tradition, they have talent and maybe expectations that have not been fulfilled lately. So that's a good one.
Would it surprise you to know that the World Cup started in 1930? So the next one will be like the 100th year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
And that only 8 teams have won it.
I would have thought
that was the staggering number. When
That's
only
the number.
8 teams have won it, that one was the surprising one to me. I got a good full lowdown on the World Cup from a cousin.
And the closest country to us is the country that's won it the most is Brazil.
Brazil, right?
Okay, yeah, and they just got bounced out yesterday, right?
Brazil, yeah. So
in fact, who is it? Is it Neymar?
Neymar,
Neymar announced it in a teary retirement
He said, "I'm
speech
done.
last night. Yeah,
yep.
I'm done
But
with this.
countries that have won are Brazil, Germany, Italy, Argentina, France, Uruguay,
a couple times.
England, and Spain.
England last won in 1966.
1966.
They think of it as their game, obviously.
60 years ago. But yeah, and then last night. So that's
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane with putting England into the round of 8 once again with the golden boot chance.
England are in dreamland. That was the live match commentary when they got up 2-0.
Anything better than those soccer announcers, man?
They're better than
and
wordsmiths. They're all like Jack Buck, and they're all or
dude,
Vin
it's
Scully.
Unbelievable. And
Scully,
the cat from Telemundo. My wife's cousin Fernando was watching the game with him. Colombian super fan.
Fernando,
and he was at the games on Telemundo this weekend. And I'm like, wait a second.
That's awesome,
I've been missing this electric fact.
Oh.
No, all due respect to Fox and the broadcasters' families. I will not be watching another one on Fox. I'll be watching them things on Telemundo with the sound all the way up because that is an awesome
So
vibe.
is there the one guy that had that patented trademark? Go, 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 go. Or is that, do they all do that? They go,
It's kind of a standard, but it was one guy that kind of started it.
He
Jose.
trademarked it and started it up, and there's nobody that's hitting that A like him.
That's
I
right
just
up there with
remember
John Sterling.
of the guys out whole goal for like 3 minutes, when
I actually think you got to go check on him. He's going to need a defibrillator after this.
The excitement is crazy.
Is he an opera singer?
It's so good.
And
So I will be watching all of those games on Telemundo now from this point forward.
And if you like the big boys, it's like the NCAA tournament. We want upsets until it's later round. The big boys are still playing in this tournament. I mean, all the world powers are involved. I mean, Brazil's out now. That's the biggest one that had the upset. So
we've seen some tight ones, but they've been able to advance.
And now, do we want Portugal today? Because we're gonna win tonight. And then we get the winner of this game, right? Yeah. So we want Portugal to somehow knock out Spain, correct?
That'll work. This is tough. I don't know what's a better matchup. I really don't.
Well, if nothing else, to see one of the
let's get Ronaldo's skeletal corpse out there.
Champions fear no one.
Yeah, let's get those skeletal remains out there for us when we feast on them in the next round.
41-year-old Ronaldo still at it at a high level.
Still going at it. Dolph, thanks for popping in.
All right, fellas.
Appreciate it. Happy Giannis trade is official day.
Oh,
or unhappy.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, I just saw Giannis has an interesting endeavor going on today. We'll talk about that when we come back. No, but it might be worse. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Huddle up on a Monday. Drew, Billy, and Armen bringing it to you. Before we give a little who's hot or who's not, I did tease. I just saw a repost from Giannis moments ago, retweeting a tweet from his brother Alex.
Oh,
and it's a kick stream going to happen 3 p.m. I don't know if it's live from Athens. If it's 3 p.m. their time, our time, I don't know. But it's with Giannis, Alex, and the influencer Neon. If you're aware of who he is, my
idea.
Condolences.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I know who that is because he's been in all. Yeah, Neon.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Neon, American YouTuber.
N3ON.
Blonde hair. Yeah.
You know what? You got Giannis's blessing his brothers. He's like, all right, I'll give you this one, Alex.
But
you need some.
Initially gained popularity for his NBA 2K and Fortnite gameplay videos. Okay, all right.
Somewhere kids are freaking out about him. I just have no idea.
Yeah, he's one of those.
So Alex is now also getting into the podcast game.
I'm saying, I think he's just.
Well,
like, I'll put
it's
him
a kick stream, but I don't know.
On your stream.
Alex is now playing in Greece, right? He signed to play in Greece.
Yes.
So, well,
he's got a regular job.
More power to him. More power to him. Time for a little who's hot, who's not, brought to us by our friends at Donovan Jorgensen. The heat wave broke, but man, I hope your air conditioner didn't, because
the worst week to have that, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Little who's hot, who's not. Employee owned for 40 years. DonovanJorgensen.com, the website. Billy, who do you liking for who's hot and who's not?
So obviously, Jake Bauers is going to end up in the hot category for the Milwaukee Brewers with a nice home run yesterday. Give the Brewers the lead in a 3-2 win. Harder to be hotter. Now, granted, 0 for 4 with 3 Ks yesterday. You might forget about Garrett Mitchell for the week that he had in the 2 games prior to.
What a stretch he had, man.
Almost had 2 homers on Friday night.
I was going to say almost had 2 homers on Friday night and almost had another one on Saturday night that if he hit it, a foot left is another bomb that he had. He's striking the ball like no other.
This is the Garrett Mitchell we wanted, that we've been waiting for, that we deserved, and now we're finally getting it. That's all I'm going to say.
But let me give you maybe the worst not category nominee here today. It comes from a game that I don't think anybody was watching yesterday. Anybody tap in on the Peacock stream of Marlins and A's?
I haven't.
I can't imagine anybody did. However, you all nearly missed a perfect game. Erie Perez, 23-year-old right-hander coming off of the IL, throws 7 perfect innings for the Marlins yesterday, gets pulled on 92 pitches. So what happens after he gets removed, Drew? Oh, the correction to the mean. When my man Lake Backner, and Lake Backer is 1,000% in the not category. Now you look at a picture of my man Lake. He is exactly what you think a guy named Lake would look like at 31 years old from Winfield, Illinois. But he was not hot yesterday as he relieved Perez, who throws 7 perfect innings. Far from perfect. No outs recorded, 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 earned runs. So the Marlins left with a guy throwing a perfect game through 7 innings, leading the game 7-0. They almost lost as they ended up clinging to a 9-8 victory.
So he did the opposite.
So he did the exact opposite. They had a guy go perfect and a guy go exactly far from perfect. Oh. It's a quick duality you can get in this baseball game, man. I saw that yesterday, and all I could think of is poor Lake. I mean, you thought it was hot out on a lake and you're going to be hanging out having some fun. Well, he was the air conditioner. There was some heating early on, and then there was some cooling going on there quickly.
No doubt. Well played. Donovan Jorgensen. Who's hot? Who's not? We got another hour. Let's get it. You are in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
I'm Doug Russell. We start with baseball. The Brewers played 3 close games against the Diamondbacks in Phoenix over the weekend. Sunday, they got only one big swing.
3 the Colts for now. Bowers hits a fly ball deep to right, and this one's going to go. Jake Bowers with a home run, and Milwaukee grabs the lead. He's having a terrific season. Jake Bowers leads the Brewers in homers, RBIs, and OPS. That's his 16th, and it's 2-1 Milwaukee.
Each team would play one more. The final score 3-2. The Brewers beat the Diamondbacks. Milwaukee now heads to St. Louis for 5 games over the next 4 days. There is a doubleheader tomorrow. A rain-out makeup from May, although there is rain again in the forecast. Coming up tonight, Shane Drowan pitches against Dustin May. Game time is at 6:45. And in the World Cup, Flo Balogun had his red card rescinded. He will play tonight for Team USA against Belgium. The final hour of the Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake up! Everybody wake
with the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you, you need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with the number of cameras. Take the cameras off the field, then there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on 1. Ready, Diller for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200 hit. You got to cut and crack. Now cut and crack. Red, right, 18 bob on 1. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
We got exactly what we got to do. All right? That's all we're going to board down to. Let's go out and kick some tape. All right? Hey, yo. 1, 2, 3. Keep doing what you're doing. Get our guys after him and make the play. Be right all the way outside. Wide, left, face, 396 bag, D hand, C puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid.
Oh, my God. This man's been out all night.
Armen, Sarian.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
Locked and loaded, ready for duty. 7 o'clock hour. Welcome, 7 o'clock clubbers. Thanks for joining the 5 o'clock clubbers and the 6 o'clock clubbers. The Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Drew, Billy, Armen, 920 Milwaukee, 1070 Madison, everywhere in the iHeart app. Streaming live, Facebook, X, and YouTube on a Game Balls and Kicks to the Balls Monday. Get them to us at 877-794-1973. NicoletLaw.com talk text line is yours. YouTube comments as well if you'd like to weigh in. We'll dive back into Game Balls and Kicks. But first, we need a little superhero of the day. Billy Schmid, what do you got?
Ooh, superhero of the day. Call current.com. They're the superheroes walking amongst us at Current Electric. Call current.com for all of your electrical needs, whether it is an outdoor lighting package because you were hanging out this weekend and seeing some fireworks in your backyard. Like, wow, this place looks really nice, illuminated.
A lot of fireworks, by the way.
It's a lot.
I know you're gonna get to
there were
this.
also a lot of videos. A lot of videos, a lot of people lighting off a lot of fireworks.
Which we count on. We need those videos, like for social media.
If you're hanging around the Brady Street Walgreens, you let them off and fire them at cops.
That's just
what
the
are we
dumbest thing
doing?
I've ever seen.
A lot of people are doing some weird stuff with fireworks, but I don't know about you guys. This economy is a lot better than I thought because there were people blowing off fireworks on the 4th. I don't care. It's the 4th of July. As long as you don't wake up my daughter, which somehow she didn't, for 4.5 straight hours. I mean, I heard them so consistently. I had never heard this many fireworks this consistently for this long a period of time. And the amount of money that must have cost, this economy must be doing great because everyone's got money to blow up on fireworks. I mean, I'm not hating Billy. I'm not, in the city fireworks.
I like the pocket watching though.
I'm like, okay, these are the city fireworks. It's going to be over, right? No. Yesterday afternoon on July 5th, someone's lighting them off.
We got a couple of Roman candles left.
I got leftovers, okay, whatever. But I mean,
have you ever shot off a firework though, Armen?
No, I've been around the vicinity where people shot up. No, I had sparklers.
I had sparklers. Oh my God, I had sparklers.
You think I'm hating on fireworks? I'm not really hating on fireworks. I was just surprised.
I'm just saying, like when you're surprised about it, the adrenaline rush you do get when you light that little wick. It's a different level of energy. It's an exciting feeling. Not one that I'm doing any more time soon. I had my firework fun, and there was a lot of fun. But it is a very, very exciting endeavor.
Well, maybe. I mean, and Drew, I've been close to people lighting off fireworks. I'm like, all right, you do it once or twice, you get it. I mean, Drew and I talked about it a little bit on Thursday. I guess some people are really into it. They want to buy a lot of fireworks and light them off. That's fine. I don't get it, but hey, that's okay.
But you also like parades. So
right.
that's
parades.
The difference.
All right.
Hey, but when we talk about callcurrent.com and the superheroes amongst us, the other superhero power that they have at Current Electric, Drew, is the ability to help you out with their solar energy. They're Wisconsin's trusted leader in solar energy, harnessing that summer sun with their custom solar panels that can lower and sometimes eliminate your monthly electrical bill. Eliminate it. That means takes it away for good. Go check them out right now. Schedule a home assessment with the superheroes from Current Electric by visiting callcurrent.com today. That's callcurrent.com. There's a number of different places that we could go with this one. I hate to say that it'd be Harry Kane for England with that victory yesterday and that goal that rolls through. But I'm going to give it to Jake Bauers yesterday off of the blast that he had, 2 RBIs that were desperately needed as the Brewers win 3-2. Any other submissions that I'm missing here? Because I'd love to give more to Brandon Sproat, but that's just not good enough. And Murph said it yesterday. I mean, my man grinded through the 4 innings to keep him alive. You could put it at the Brewers bullpen for saving him. And maybe it's this weekend. It should be Grant Anderson because Friday night they don't win without those 2 batters faced and 3 outs, and then yesterday being able to survive with an inning and 2/3.
Abner came through multiple times. I thought Chad Patrick. Yeah. It's a lot of good.
How about Sal for making the catch and then getting ripped by his manager?
That's tough.
The only guy that can make a game-saving play and still do it wrong.
Get ripped by the manager. He's just trying to get on SportsCenter. Oh, Murph's post game yesterday was amazing.
He did do a good job of disguising it because I did not know if he caught it.
He caught it either. That's
the only way you knew was because of the Brewers fans that were hanging out in the right field corner.
That's a good point. Callcurrent.com. Our superheroes, love those guys. They drive around with the superheroes. Best. They're the absolute best. Check them out. Go to callcurrent.com. All right, 877-794-1973. Armen, you're our tennis aficionado. Tennis is getting swallowed up right now. As we go into the last week of Wimbledon, I have no idea who's alive. I've paid zero attention. I look up every once in a while and I see them playing on the grass at the All England Club, but I don't know. Is there anything that I need to know about Wimbledon?
Coco is advanced, and that's a big one. She's advanced to the quarters, round of 16 for the first time. And Naomi Osaka upset Sabalenka. I believe. So that's another big storyline as well in the Wimbledon.
That's one of the first big wins that Osaka's had in a while, right?
Yes, but now she's playing for Japan on the Japan flag. So some people are not happy about that around here, which is maybe understandable. Whatever, it is what it is. But the fact that Sabalenka went down, I'm not too mad about. I've never been a big fan of Ariana Sabalenka. I don't know. I don't like her.
You didn't have any grace for her with her tearful press conference yesterday after getting bounced?
No, whatever, because she's had her moments where she's been rude, so I'm not really a fan. And 39-year-old Novak Djokovic is making another run here, which is kind of cool to see a veteran make a late run. One of the favorites of the sport. This is kind of like, I guess if Tiger made one, when he won that major and everything like that. But Jannik Sinner moving along, so it has gotten swallowed up. That's the interesting thing about Wimbledon. It has not been on the forefront for everybody. As much as it usually is because of the World Cup, which is understandable. So, but we do have those storylines going through. Coco Gauff. Let's see if she can. Serena, unfortunately, couldn't advance, but that was nice to see her back.
Did she lose in the first round?
Yeah, she lost her first match. 3-setter. Played well, I thought, but congrats to young 20-year-old Maya Joint, who before Maya
smoked her.
She smoked it, rolled up and got smoked, but she didn't get smoked. No. She smoked it. And Maya joined by the time she was born. Serena already had 6 Grand Slam titles under her belt. How about that? So pretty impressive. But the action continues at the All England Club in Wimbledon. So we'll move along. We still have Novak and we have the American Coco Gauff.
Okay, that's our Wimbledon minute from
Armen. You have it right there.
Superhero of the day. How about Eliezer Alfonso?
That was a good story there yesterday, huh? Wow.
Dodgers
well, not a good story, but a heck of a story.
There's a Milwaukee connection to this because his father, Eliezer, played for a time in the Brewers organization.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He was, in fact, traded to Milwaukee as a player to be named later in a Fernando Vina deal that sent Fernando Vina from Milwaukee to St. Louis.
Oh, wow.
played with the Beloit Snappers for a couple of years and went to High Desert, made it all the way to Huntsville in the Southern League, and then drizzled out. But that now his son made his debut after his mother and sister were killed in the earthquakes.
That's just a horrifying story. But a really, really good moment in a awful story yesterday when he made his debut and the standing ovation he got walking up to the plate. You heard Cooper Pratt say it very, very joyfully, talking about, stepping up to the plate and all of a sudden the game's still going on and I'm trying to soak up the moment, live it. You're in the midst of the worst grief of your entire life while realizing your ultimate dream. That's a heck of a story to have there from the Dodgers and the Dodger team that otherwise doesn't have a whole lot of heartwarming stories when you watch that all-star team play every single night.
Very true. Dodgers, Braves all getting 5 all-stars. Brewers get their 2. The Miz, who won't be able to pitch unless there's a rain out Sunday, and even then, maybe not. And then Contreras. But I still don't think, I know people got initially mad about Terang being snubbed. There's always going to be a room. There's always going to be room. And maybe he's the guy that replaces Miz.
Right.
There's always going to be, there's wiggle room. And until we get to the end of the week, I still think Terang might make his way.
I think he still might get himself in there. Now, was the last month what cost Harrison his chance, or do you think he didn't really have a full chance of getting in?
Yeah, I didn't think he did. Maybe
it's hard to pitch much better though.
Right.
It is. But
that Vegas start also being right there into the beginning of the month when all-star balloting is really picking up. I imagine that had a little something to do with it. Huge one for Contreras though. Cause he just feels and Murph says it every night and he laughs when he says it. I know you guys get sick and tired of me saying it, but Contreras was awesome tonight. Contreras was great tonight. He is just the greatest steadying force in that lineup and on that team that you would appreciate that he gets acknowledged for just how good at the position he is. And how important he is to the rotation and a pitching staff that's just getting piecemealed together at this point. He's the constant back there. So I love that he gets the recognition for it.
Me too.
Desperately deserves it in that standpoint.
Absolutely. And again, Miz, if you're bummed about him not being able to pitch, the game Sunday is more important than Tuesday in Philly. At least they got a pretty short commute there from Pittsburgh to Philly, right?
Well, you assume he'll go and still enjoy and
absolutely
hang out. You might as well at that point. This is the better vacation.
Get a little sweat in for the workouts. Maybe throw a side session or something. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because I think as the all-star that's not in the home run derby, I don't know that there is a cooler sports event for an athlete to be at when you're not competing in it.
And it's cooler than watching the dunk contest and the 3-point stuff.
I think so because they get to be in Jersey. They're on and they all, especially if you're, from the Dominican Republic WBC team, you're in the shots, right? When one of your guys is done hitting, you're going and fanning him off. That is one of the better spots to be able to sit. Sit ringside for.
There's a lot of chill out time too, where you can really enjoy.
Ton of fun.
Bask in the glory of it. I think once upon a time, Drew, the dunk contest was probably the coolest thing to be at. 3-point shootout, maybe somewhat. I think those days are kind of
when
gone.
NBA players did it.
When NBA players did it, Mac McClung. Absolutely. So I don't know if that's the case anymore, but
Janie and Appleton's fired up for this weekend series coming up in Pittsburgh. Good morning, boys. This is Pittsburgh week for us, leaving on Thursday, going to 2 games Friday and Saturday. First time going to any ballpark other than American Family Field.
Well, PNC's the one, right? Everyone says to go. All the time. That's all you.
She also said, I hope the Brewers don't ever wear those stupid white Stormtrooper batting helmets.
All right.
Ever again.
Hang on, because Janet, I stand opposed on that one because I want to give a game ball to Jason Schauger.
I was going to say.
Who hand painted all those things, man. Boomer is the best equipment guy there is.
And I think they were one of the only teams that had them, right? They were the only team that
went the extra step.
100%.
Match the caps.
Now, the only reason I'd give a kick in the balls to Jason is because then my youngster said, Daddy, they do have home of the Brave helmets. You need to give me one.
They wanted one of them, yeah.
Oh, buddy, we'll get you the hat and you can act like it's a helmet at that point and just run around with that one. You'll be okay with that.
Well, will they even be selling those? I didn't realize that most teams weren't wearing. I guess I assumed everybody was.
No one else really was.
Schauger went above and beyond as he always does. So Brewers look so sharp. He is so dialed in.
Wow, that's great. So you can make that decision. The league doesn't make that decision on on those specialty.
No, like everybody was wearing the uniforms, but the helmets was definitely a different one. And
that's cool.
McCalvey had an awesome piece about Schauger going that extra mile with the start of the Wisco ones, I believe.
Yeah.
Where everything in the entire clubhouse is going to get transformed, and did look good. So I would counter that as well. I also did get one of those 4th of July version hats. Sweet look.
Those are nice ones.
Those are cool ones.
Yeah,
that
I like
had.
that. No,
now, white hat for your boy is a definite choice, and probably one that is a difficult one.
Well, it's tough
because I will definitely sweat right through that thing, and there will be a lot of stains on it. However, you can put in some stains and some sweat equity for the red, white, and blue.
Well, sometimes, white hats are a good look, but they do have the sweat situation. But sometimes you choose to wear them on different days to try and or in the fall to negate that sweat content. But it is hard to do. It's better than the Wisco ones for me. I just can't get around to, but this is the toughest time I've had to try and buy my own team's gear is getting around the Wisco stuff. None of it looks good to me. Sorry.
I appreciate the blue a lot more. The cap, I'm still.
Well, I saw a guy wearing the orange shirt. A kid this weekend wearing the orange shirt. By the way, I'm going to save that for Hot Take Hump Day, but don't let me forget. I have a take about kids and electric bikes.
Boy.
I saw a kid wearing.
And scooters.
Yeah, I know you're frustrated with them. They're going way too fast.
Let me just say this. All right. If you're riding a real bike these days, I got more credit. I got more respect for you. More respect for the kids that are actually still doing regular bikes. But anyway, the orange peach kind of looking Wisco shirts, I don't know. I just can't get around to them. And maybe I will eventually. I'm trying to get there.
I was going to say, you are way too set in your ways about everything. There's no way you're converting on liking those.
But I like the Brew Crew stuff. I guess it just looked more Brewers to me. I'm not really sure. Okay, here's a YouTube message from Wisconsin Sports Fanatic. No more. We need a starter. Maybe we can trade Cooper Pratt. Are we really doing that? Come on. It's young in his career. Let Cooper operate a little bit more. I know his bat struggled a little bit, but
they knew that was coming.
Yeah, you knew that one was going to come. But I think we did touch on it and wonder a couple of weeks ago when they signed Lara to the contract. Like, does that make that guy take him completely off the table from bargaining in trade conversations?
Not at that price.
Right? Like at that price. Well, I would think from the Brewers standpoint of we know this kid is going to be cost controlled. We're definitely not trading him.
Yeah.
But I think for other teams, he would be even more coveted. So I do wonder if now Pratt's not happening because he's already on the big league club. I can't assume. But Luis Lara, I think, is a fascinating one if that name would pop up in conversations. But kicking the ball is all of the Tarek Skubal conversation that we've had over the last month and a half. Because since June 1st, the best record in the American League is the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know they still got a long way to go. They still, and I think it would be advantageous for them to sell because there's not any better chip that would be on the table for them. But I mean, they're 7.5 games back, and the Guardians were 14 games back and chased them down last year. So I don't even know the biggest fish, Drew, that we're talking about here a little under a month away from the deadline on August 3rd is even going to be available. And we had kind of wondered about that. They want to make a run.
Right.
You don't know who is ultimately going to be out there for you to be able to shop for.
I think that's starting to be a question that you have to think about is who will be sellers. I mean, the way the American League wildcard looks right now, the Rangers have the 3rd spot and they're 500. So a 500, if the playoffs start today, a 500 team would be in the American League playoffs. It's just kind of hard. It's hard to believe, but it's hard to ever count yourself out then in the beginning of July.
Well, that's it. I mean, Detroit has 7 teams to jump over in the wild card, but they're only 5 back. And again, they're only 7.5 games back of the Chicago White Sox leading the division. I mean, I think there's a lot of belief in whatever building you're in that division that you can make some kind of a run.
How about the romantic notion of people wanting Freddie Peralta to return?
I do kind of like it.
That might be
but he has not set the world on fire in New York.
Far from it.
His ERA is 4.81.
But it's gotten worse lately. I think it's because the whole feel around New York has been getting
well,
worse.
It's true. He gives up a lot of homers. He's given up 13 homers, and that's a lot. But he's lost velocity. He's just not.
Is this a pitching lab deal, or is this a?
Well, that's the thing. Could Chris Hook get him dialed in? Was pitching back familiar territory? Would that be as he's entering free agency? What would you give up for him? You got Jet Williams and Sproat for him, right? Wasn't that the deal?
Yeah, and maybe one more, but yeah, those two at least.
But with Tobias Myers and Freddie Peralta.
That's right. Tobias Myers.
Was in that deal. But, Freddie's 30. You wouldn't give up a lot for him. It's a romantic notion of a reunion. One question you can ask, though, is the Brewers got those guys, and, Sproat, Jet Williams might never play for the Brewers.
Very much might not.
Right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
But he's depth piece. Maybe they could trade him in the coming weeks. But would they have been better off having Freddie go out there for 18 starts, or would he for $20 million, paying more than they would have paid Freddie Peralta this year?
Yeah, almost double or more than double.
More than double.
More than double what they're
paying. More than double. I mean, that's something you can think about, because they had to get something for him. They traded him, and I put it this way: the Brewers got the best innings out of Freddie Peralta.
Oh, for sure, like
no doubt.
And what?
And they what's the old Ron Wolf? Better to get rid of a guy a year too early than a year too late.
A year too late.
Well,
and I think Freddie Peralta and Willy Adames came in sequential order, right? Like the Brewers got the best swings, I think, out of Willy Adames' bat. I think they got the best innings out of Freddie. But I do wonder if you could get him for 2 months and 10 starts. Now you desperately need starts. Now he wouldn't help you on the innings front.
And
we'd be right back to the conversation of Freddie's only throwing 5 innings, and is this worth it?
Now the question is, with what Freddie's put up in New York, is he a $200 million pitcher now or not?
That's a different question that someone's got to decide on.
I don't think he is.
No, his number's probably gone down a bit. He'll get
because
money
of
from somebody,
it's mostly about the velo and the analytics. Like pitching lab aside, he's lost some velo and movement.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 miles an hour, right? Like it's kind of a significant drop of what he's lost on there.
This is part of the reason why some guys don't take the deals that he took for the Brewers. Like they don't want to give their best years away in their least earning years. However, I think he'll still get a deal from somebody. I think when you start to look at the analytics of it, it becomes more concerning. But I think that maybe this is Brewer fan pitching privilege, just to expect that he'll come back and be better as a Brewer, as a pitcher, as a Brewer. But it just feels like because of the toxic situation around the Mets this year, that might have something to do with it. And I know it's hard to say, well, yeah, but shouldn't he be pitching better and throwing faster? Maybe. But it's been this last group of 5 to 10 starts that's really been bad for him. When the Mets were struggling early in the year, he was the one guy that was somewhat consistent, not to last year's numbers. I don't think he's going to reach that. That was his peak year. But if you brought him back, would he be able to give you some good innings? I think I have more confidence that he'd pitch better here, whether or not if there's any logic involved, any rational reason. I just believe that if he was back in this uniform with our guys in the comfort of what he's used to, with the pitching coaches he's used to, let's figure out your pitches again. Let's feel what's good and a new confidence, a little new uniform bounce. He'll be better. I just don't know why. But
which former Brewer would you like to see them swing the deal for at the deadline? Now, one's got money attached to him on the back end, but sounds like he also might get moved. Would it be Peralta or Hader?
Great question.
I mean, because you desperately need both, right? Like at this point now, you need a bullpen arm and you need a starter because you cannot count on Woody going forward.
Good point.
I mean,
you'd take either, but yes. What would you rather have is a great question.
think I would take Freddie because I know you're not going to spend that kind of money on it. You're going to spend, a little.
You get him for a box of Krispy Kremes. What does it do in New York if he ends up pitching high leverage games in the playoffs and winning and pitching great? Oh, they'd lose it.
Stearns would go from the most hated man in New York to the most hated man in New York.
And you need maybe some more. And Freddie's obviously a starter, and Freddie's been better in the playoffs than Hader.
And
maybe. I mean,
the Brandon Woodruff story again, just so sad. The cyst that formed around his repaired labrum might end up needing surgery again. I mean, he just had as major a shoulder surgery as you can have 3 years ago. Brandon Woodruff, that's our Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin injury report. Just the inflammation that caused by the cyst, and it just sucks.
It's awful. The way Murph said it, we need a better opinion.
It's 6 to 8 weeks minimum, best case, and even then it's like it's dicey. It's looking dicey. So Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, nothing dicey about that. They're the best world-class care right here in our backyard. If you're driving on 94 West over there around Pewaukee, you see the wonderful facility. They got all kinds of facilities, clinic opening in Johnson Creek this year. Check them out at orthowisconsin.com. They're the best in the business. Any injuries you have or anybody in your family, go to the best Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. All right. When we come back, we'll continue to spin through some game balls and kicks to the balls and get any other thoughts you have in, because before you know it, we're waking and baking and sliding down the back of the dinosaur.
How does this happen so quick?
You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Huddled up on a Monday, Drew, Billy, and Armen. Having some fun. Smart, good-looking listeners. 920 Milwaukee, 1070 Madison. Streamers. Lots of comments rolling in. Still time for you to get us a game ball or a kick to the balls. 877-794-1973.
We're into ranking season, Drew.
Oh, Mount Rushmore's
Execs, coaches, and scouts rank the top NFL running backs for 2026.
I saw our buddy Bill Huber.
A month and a half long.
I think Bill Huber had the most ambitious project in honor of the nation's 250th birthday. The 250 greatest Packers players of all time ranked.
Bill Huber gets a game ball for that one. 100%. I saw that headline and I'm like, Billy, I got to read this just because of the language.
That is committing to the bit.
I love it because it's great content. It's great effort. But you know what? It's you're going to put all this work into it, and then someone's going to be like, how could you put him 219th and not 900 or 192? You know, like people are going to really nitpick, like, well, this guy, what kind of guy is he? You know, he puts, you know, Paul Kaufman at this and not, you know, it's just hilarious to think what people will do with that, because, you know, people will still love that content.
Some folks might consider this game ball worthy, but I will consider, I kept my streak alive.
We'll give you a game ball
over the weekend. I don't know if I deserve a game ball, but I kept my streak alive of not caring about the Nathan's hot dog eating contest and Joey Chestnut. I checked out of that 10 years ago. I find it disgusting. It's not a sport. I don't care. Joey Chestnut, Godspeed. Make all the money you can.
That's incredible.
Eat
one of the greatest
hot dogs you can.
of all time.
But it's not something I will ever care about.
I turned it on and because I missed it live. I did miss it live. So I turned on the YouTube replay, and my wife looked at me and she goes, yeah, this is going to be a second screen event. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, I'm not watching this guy shove 70 pieces of meat down his throat, no pause. The last thing I'm doing is watching this guy try not to regurgitate for 12 whole minutes. I find it wildly entertaining.
I think it's somewhat entertaining.
However,
you can wager on it too, which helps.
You can wager on it. However, I will say, yeah, he did go on. I think it was 69 and a half.
66 he went, yeah. So
it is one where you just sit back and think, man, we got a lot of time on our hands. We got a lot of time on our hands to think of what else can we do to pass time and put content out there. We could shovel hot dogs down our throat.
It's also the other thing where I realize every year that this is part of a bigger tour. That like Joey Chestnut goes is like a barnstormer to eat all kinds of stuff. He doesn't just eat hot dogs. He has like 30 some world records of different, like, you know, matzo balls eaten at a certain time.
Well, he's a part of the MLE.
That's right.
Major League Eating League.
Which I remember doing a paper once years and years ago for a class about how you can market sports. And that's like an unusual novelty sport, how to market Major League Eating. Never happened, I guess. But here's my thing about this. It's like a horse race. If you don't like it, it's going to be over soon. So if you don't like it, it's over in 10 minutes, right? I mean,
would you prefer, Drew, which comes up on August 29th in Buffalo, New York, the Buffalo Buffet Bowl, which will be for a prize of $2,500, which would be in there. Coming up sooner, or already just passed, we missed the Great Midwest Rib Fest World Rib Eating Competition. See, I think the other ones need more love. Like in September in Louisville, Texas, they've got the tamale eating competition.
Now we're talking.
Ooh.
I would like to add a little spice to it and see how you're able to counteract that one.
Do you think other eating contests don't get, as a former champion, Billy, of the State Fair Cream Puff eating contest, do they need more love? Because, I mean, you could have been Joey Chestnut if the Cream Puff eating competition got more pub. And I think you just had to be marketed differently. Like, that's my thing.
Yeah, potentially. I also would have had to win multiple times, right? Like I lost. Right, like now I believe like VAR would have overruled my loss to Dario.
Yeah,
I do believe if I would have been able to have, you know,
I thought you won once.
I won one.
Oh, you did win.
I won one. I lost my second. I lost my chance to repeat.
Defend.
No, and every great champion repeats.
Oh yeah,
right. Like true. I mean, we look at it in the NBA. Are you actually verified as a great player? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, back-to-back MVP, unless you win the next title.
Yeah, that's what they're
People are saying the same thing about Giannis. That's why today's Giannis Day in Miami, because he's got to go win the second title. I never verified my first one. I didn't validate it.
That is a new thing.
So that's a tough one. You got to win two to be in there. And maybe the Wings for Wishes professional wing eating competition might be the one. More in that one's in Miami, where Joey Chestnut in 10 minutes ate 221 chicken wings.
I have a problem with that because how do you know when you eat the wing? Like, how much meat has to be off the bone, and who's analyzing that? I don't want to be going through that and analyzing all that meat.
All flats, drummies.
That's just hard.
I was gonna say, I think it's got to be drummies, right?
But you can't eat
flats. I don't know.
Oh, flats would definitely be harder. It would be more of a real test of will.
It's just harder for a speed eater because you can't eat the whole thing.
Well, I mean,
say.
What if they had the hot dog eating contest and you couldn't do the water trick?
So that would also be better.
The glizzy gobbler, as Eddie and Stella says.
The glizzy gobbler.
That's pretty good. I mean, did you come up with that?
Yeah, the dunking in the water is the part that really makes it disgusting to me. Because I could see how many hot dogs you can eat if you had to actually enjoy bun. But I also wouldn't enjoy I know it's not the goal of enjoying, but I do need at least one little line of ketchup on there.
UPS
I can't have it I can't just go raw dog.
Pause. Like on a flight. UPS Ben says, I can't take it. It's gross. I agree, Drew. I don't care for it.
Yeah.
Dan in West Bend is no longer a sports day. Relax. It's July 6th.
I don't know. ESPN had it on their sports station.
Relax,
like it is one of the funnier events where it falls into the sports calendar because it's like, oh, July 4th. What else is there? Let's see some guys shovel some meat.
Yep.
It is ranking season, as Billy mentioned. Pro Football Focus ranks the 10 best coaches entering the 2026 season.
Oh, come on now. Where's Matt?
Matt LaFleur, number 6.
Okay.
Oh, higher than I thought, to be quite honest with you.
Behind number 1, Sean McVay, number 2, Andy Reid, number 3, Kyle Shanahan, number 4, Mike McDonald,
They're all part of the
and number
same
5, Danny Kneecaps, Dan Campbell.
So you automatically get top 5 if you're part of the McVay or Shanahan kind of.
Well, no, you bump out to 6.
Surprisingly, 7.
Right, Matt's right in there.
But
7, 8, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm a little bit surprised, but just the order of these. D'Amico Ryans 7th.
Oh, I think he's phenomenal.
Ahead of Sean Payton, Mike Vrabel, and Jim Harbaugh.
See, that's, a little surprising.
Yeah, I'm surprised that those 3, the last 3 that you named, are not ahead of, 5, 6, and 7, right? Like I would have thought that would have
ahead of LaFleur and Ryans.
That would have definitely been ahead of LaFleur, and as much as I like D'Amico Ryans, I would have put him ahead of them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, Matt LaFleur 6. I can see it, but I'm surprised I ranked him there. And then D'Amico Ryans ahead of those 3. Like, okay. Well.
Yeah, and the Harbaugh one is tough because he hasn't necessarily done it yet this second time. But they quickly raised the floor of however good they were and made them a certain level. It just seems like unanimously people are going to put Sean Payton as one of the top coaches around, and I'm stunned that he would be back there.
How old is McVay?
Sean McVay just turned 40. I believe.
Okay, because D'Amico Ryans is 40, but McVay seems like a kid, and it seems like Ryans has been around.
Yeah. Yep.
But D'Amico Ryans is like 41.
Correct, Billy.
Yeah,
40.
because
he
played for 12 years all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he's done, what is he, 32 and 19 in 3 years.
Been good.
And win a playoff game every year.
And off the heels of being one of the guys in that defensive coordinator lineage there in San Francisco.
And like once they figure out their O-line and stuff, they're still like they're in need of, it's the offensive side holding them back, right?
It is, dude. And the Texans are fascinating. They're at a tough breaking point here with Stroud. Because they take him top 5. They take second?
Yep.
That now it's going to be put up or shut up time on do you extend him? And if you're that team, you're like, well, if we had competent quarterback play, we're in the AFC title game and we get to take on Jared Stidham. Instead, they had one of the worst halves ever quarterbacked by Stroud last year in New England, and they lose and go home when their defense was the best unit in the sport. I'd struggle to see them extend him heavily, but Ryans has stood by him a number of different times. Mike Vrabel, would he be higher if it was not for the situation in the offseason?
An interesting question. By the way,
I
just saw pictures online of Diana Rossini and her husband and their small boys on a cruise, a family cruise.
They're still hanging out.
Okay,
like,
come on.
The weekend.
He was, it seems like back to normal for her. Am I crazy? I mean,
weathered
from
the
what
storm.
we've seen?
I don't think it's back to football though.
No.
I know the
It's
NFL loves that back to football day. I don't know that one's happening.
From what we've seen, it's like we're back to being a family, and it's hey, you know what? More power.
I would say though,
to them, to the kids. I'm hoping for the best for everybody.
We can all agree, like the Athletic, there was like no choice. Her contract was up, and it was kind of like no choice. However,
that's a done deal.
Given the Athletics, because the Athletics owned by the New York Times, Like they don't let their writers vote in elections for, yearly awards.
Yeah,
and
it's a different level.
Like a different level. That clip of her, like, getting out of a traffic ticket by dropping I was on my phone, but I'm chasing news and, oh, you're a Vikings fan? Here's a text I got from KOC. That would have gotten her suspended.
Yes, 100%.
Maybe not fired, but definitely suspended because that's a breach.
When the Post put out that, because they still haven't put out their findings in the investigation. That one's coming soon.
Yeah.
But they put out a story at the New York Times about the Diana Rossini fallout, and that was the start. It wasn't the Vrabel pictures at the beautiful interlocking of fingers in the sunset. It was, wait, you're showing a text from a source to try to get out of a ticket? Yeah, for 800 for $800K that we're paying you, this is going to be raps.
That would have been suspension worthy for sure.
And
sanctioned.
Very, very interesting is that, you can't fire me, I quit. That's very, very smart of her to try to do that. But all due respect, Diana, we all know.
All due respect.
We all know what happened there.
What's the name of her podcast going to be when she makes the podcast comeback? My side of the story.
Pardon my take 2. No. I don't know. She'll be on Barstool Network.
Red
somewhere.
light, green light.
It's going to be called Pulled Over.
Yeah, Pulled Over. I love it. That's a good one, Armen. That's good content.
Just something like that.
Always pulling.
There you go. Oh, side piece podcast.
Where's Billy going to go? Oh boy.
I don't know. She said on that one radio show that she wanted to be introduced as MILF and not Insider.
I know. It's crazy. All right. When we come back, we'll close up shop. We're going to do a little waking and baking with our friends at happyplacehemp.com. Check out our boys. Use the code Huddle for 25% off and free shipping. We'll have that story for you. Tie up any loose ends. We're going to do that next. You're in the Huddle. Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Time to close up shop. The Monday edition of the Huddle today flew by. Billy's back from Vegas. We're back from a long holiday. Took Friday off. It was wonderful. Going to be a beautiful day today, weather-wise. It's match day. Two big things.
Match day in America.
Well, three big things on the radar today. Brewers and Cardinals.
Come on.
Always got some juice. Not the doubleheader yet. That's tomorrow. But Brewers and Cardinals, series opener. This is a 4-gamer because of the rain out and the doubleheader tomorrow.
Can't win them all if you don't win the first.
We've got, it's match day. USA against Belgium. Belgium squawking about the red card rescission. So that's going to be good.
Let's get
theater.
Pulisic to score a goal.
That'd
I know he said I don't understand why these people just care about goals.
We're talking about goals.
But Christian, I think we'd all care a lot more if you put one in the back of the net.
Like
Come
the
on
biscuit
now.
in the basket. That's what star players do in the World Cup.
Damn, that was a good one.
But then, so there's that. Now, if the U.S. wins, it'll be thrilling, and we got more days to look forward to. Friday at 2:00.
Oh wow, there won't be any half days being taken.
It'll be a bigger washout day than last Friday, which was the 3rd. Amazing. So that'd be great.
If we can do
and then we could go somewhere and watch it.
I was gonna say we could go to Potawatomi and watch the game. That's what I'm talking about. Come on now.
Oh, I talked to somebody who did that and watched it.
It is an epic time in that place.
It's been
man.
great down there.
It's great with Mexico too, with the England game. But the other thing that's going to happen is T-minus 3 hours and 12 minutes until we get the press release about Giannis, because at 11 o'clock the NBA league year starts and Giannis is officially official. We've known it for a long time. We've known the terms, but then it's like, okay. And now he's in Athens doing a thing with Neon and his brother Alex. I don't know when he's going to do his intro presser in South Beach
with Neon,
but it will be that'll be the closure of the Giannis.
Yeah, and I appreciate I'm going to say thank you in advance. Maybe give a game ball to whoever goes and clips, the 1.5, 2 minute bit that he gives on the kick stream about Milwaukee, because I assume he'll say something, right? Like
you got to say something.
I would assume that would be the time. So I appreciate whoever goes out and does that, watches it, so they can then repurpose and get that clip, because I'll watch the clip. I won't watch the entire thing.
Yeah, it's been great. Love my time in Milwaukee. It's been great. Good time. Good time forever. I'm always a Buck, but now to move on with my life and next stage of career. How's that?
Well, if it's that quick, I think there'll be some people that are going to be a little upset.
No,
I wonder who will be, right? Like you would assume Miami's got 1,000 different tweets that they have holstered up here, but the Bucks jumped the route on Nate Ament and introduced him the day after the draft, Drew. Yeah. I wonder if right at 11 o'clock they say, we have pulled a trade and we're bringing Tyler Hero home. Don't worry about what happened here. And also then put out the thank you Giannis post. I'm interested to see how the Bucks put it out, because at some point this is now, they got to roll into the new
Bucks
era and you got to be excited here.
Bucks acquire.
Yes, Bucks acquire Khalil Ware. Come on now.
Khalil Ware.
Tyler Hero, Yakachunas, who's just dicing it up over in Serbia.
All right, what do we have for a wake and bake story? Maybe that's at the time warp that we're going to find out officially about a trade that we've known about for weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say for a week and a half. That's definitely the wake and bake story, and how on earth the NBA still botches this and doesn't change it up. But a wake and bake from our friend Leon Sarian by way of Armen Sarian. This one comes up, Drew, support local journalist, patch.com. Joe Retta, I believe that's how I pronounce my man Retta's name. His wife and his dog have moxie and even some fearlessness, as a black bear had their pet goat Cole clenched in its mouth. A bear family would be eating well if they didn't act soon. When Retta spotted the bear in his rural Connecticut home, it had already snatched Cole. Retta grabbed a shovel and fought the bear for not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 minutes. He was clawed in the process, but he was preserved.
That's crazy.
He continued to persevere. His bulldog Heavy gave an assist. His wife shot a rifle in the air a couple of times, and the pet goat Cole survived. And so did the Ritas and their dog. The bear did get away. Luckily, it was out there, and it is no longer a threat to their livestock and property there in rural Connecticut. Wake and bake part. I didn't realize there was rural Connecticut. I didn't realize there were black bears roaming around trying to grab pet goats into their mouth in Connecticut. When I first read the first 3 paragraphs, I thought this was straight out of Wyoming or Montana.
Sure, absolutely.
When that thing hit Connecticut, Drew,
maybe Maine.
I thought it was time to spark up because I had no clue that was a thing.
And I love the story that the bear got away. Like that's they got away.
Bear did get away.
Like no,
Bear did get away.
I wasn't done with you, you jerk. You know, I mean that's a lot of risk to save a goat. I'm sorry.
The last paragraph of the patch story says human bear conflicts are growing in Connecticut, where wildlife officials have responded to 110 nuisance calls since January 1st alone. 96 of them since April 1st. In 20 of those encounters, bears broke into homes. Man, they're just hungry. They're just hungry, looking for a place to lay down, looking for a snack, maybe raiding your drawers, maybe hitting themselves into the cabinet. I know they love Hostess snacks. But apparently bears in Connecticut are a dangerous beast. I didn't realize that. I thought they were only in Hammond, Indiana.
Yeah, exactly.
Spectacular.
40 minutes. You can have my goat.
Daily Wake and Bake brought to us by Happy Place, hemp.com. Rob and Chris work out of Muskego, make the best CBD products you'll find anywhere. Get them at a 25% discount with free shipping using the code Huddle. Throw away the other codes. Huddle, 25% off. Free shipping works in the store in Muskego or online, and they ship with dizzying speed, so check them out.
They are the GOAT.
Also, shout out to our friends from Iron Jock. We wear Iron Jock every day in the program. Paulie Hansen makes great products. Check him out at ironjoc.com. All right, so tonight, match night, we'll be talking tomorrow about what we hope is not the U.S. final game in this World Cup. Magic Ride will continue. Brewers Cards. We will see you again at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Good to have you back, Billy.
Peace.